Hey, welcome everybody back to another cool installment of our cool game day today. I hope you've all been hanging out and having some fun here, earning some donations for Extra Life, which is a great cause that I really hope everybody is taking the time to get involved in. We've had some awesome, cool stuff before. We've had some really cool discussions. Jeremy and Beth, just thanks for hanging out. I caught the last little bit of that. Looks like you guys were looking at maybe some tarot or something. Looked pretty cool. Just saw some art, but you were muted, so I didn't hear what you were saying. But I'm Kevin, and I'm going to be running a game here with these cool 5 awesome people that are going to be playing with me. We're going to be playing Save Game, which thematically I think is going to really fit into what we're doing here, playing for Extra Life. If you are just joining into the stream, you stumbled in here on accident, or you were drawn into the glowing lights of the arcade and you had to stick your sticky quarter in and play a game of Street Fighter Turbo Ultra. Here we are. We're playing Save Game. We're trying to raise money for Extra Life, because all of your donations are going to go to helping kids who need help in the hospital and with other things. All of your donations that you can do, you'll see scrolling on the side down on the bottom there, you can actually use to affect the game in real time. Miko, the voice of God, is going to tell me over my ear, because I don't have the stream going because I've got a lot of my screens here, but you can do crazy stuff. There's different levels of tiers of both boons, which are things that aid the players, and banes, which are things that aid the bad guys, which will be a lot of fun. Just like typing in your game genie, you're going to be able to, put in some cool stuff that's going to affect the game. And if you're getting any of these references I'm making, you and I are friends. Let's start real quick going around saying who everybody is, introducing who they're playing, and then we will go into a brief thing about exactly what we're going to do with the donations. But yeah, anytime during all this, feel free to kick in whatever you guys want. Let's go right on my screen. Let's start right here, right to my right. Maybe it's left. I don't know, whatever. Let's start with Ed. Ed, welcome back, man. We just played Shiver the other day, man. Welcome back.
Yeah, that was a great time. I'm happy to be here playing a Save Game with y'all. And I am playing Slurby, the Hungry Slime.
Excellent. I love it. Thanks for being here, man. Jumping right past him is going to be Jhevaunte. Welcome back, buddy.
It's been a hot minute. It's good to be back. I'm Jhevaunte, and I'll be playing Soldier's Lament.
Oh, yes. Indeed. Thank you so much, man. Jumping down to the bottom, Kozy, the only one who got the memo to dress up, including me. Kozy, who are you? What are you up to? What are you playing?
Hi, guys. I'm Kozy Bean. Are we saying what we do?
Just say your character right now. We'll kind of dive in. We'll have plenty of time later to talk about your office.
That's right. At the end. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I'm playing the Duchess Date, and she is saves herself in her video game, and she's very go-getter. Doesn't need anyone to save her. So I'm excited.
Perfect. I love it. In the middle on the bottom, Sid. Hello. Welcome back, sir. Good to see you. You're kind of a regular here.
Yeah, I am. Always, as always, it's great to be here. Sundance Sid, and today I will be playing Crash Fetch'em, a shonen anime protagonist, video game guy who just go and gets them all.
Heck yeah. I love that for you. Amazing. Cool. Thanks for being here, buddy. And finally, on the bottom there is Tim. Tim, welcome back, sir. How are you?
I'm well.
Yes.
I'm Tim. Hi, everyone. I will be playing Noshi. Yes, it's one letter away. That's not the point. He's your good old everyday average beach bum dragon turtle.
I love it. Awesome. Thank you for being here. And everybody, thank you for being here. Again, I'm Kevin. I will be your game master tonight. I wish my name started with an N so I could be Captain N, the game master. Another reference. And I saw the smile. Tim, I see you nodding. Jhevaunte is really enthused with that one. Yes. Anyway, today, like I said, we're playing Save Game. It is a game that is powered by Fate. Here's a little thing here. This is just a printout. This isn't the book. Couldn't be amazing if it was just one page. Save Game is basically they're playing video game type characters in a Fate world. We're using Fate Accelerated, which is a little bit different than regular Fate. We're doing that to kind of get in on the action and having some fun very quickly. As I mentioned before, you all can donate to give them all power-ups, banes, or boons to the game. And there's been people who have been cool enough to already do that. So I have some things right here that we're going to affect everybody's characters. If you look on everybody's screen, everybody has 6 hearts. This represents your life that you have within the game. When your 6 hearts go away, you game over. But hope's not over there. You also have 3 lives, not depicted on the screen. We'll just take notes. Where your lives are going to be like your continues. So you have 6 hearts, 3 lives, and things can go from there. But one of the donations at the $5 level is the power up, which is that a chosen player can re-roll one of their 4 dice, because in Fate you can roll 4 d6s, add those together, add them to a certain ability approach that you have. So the power up lets you re-roll one of those dice, and every single player, there's 5 of you, all 5 of you got that ability once already, so that's going to be in play. And also, during Beth's stream, way at the beginning of the day, somebody was showing love for you guys already. Somebody went ahead and donated that one of you is going to get a 1-up. What this means is that one of you is going to get an extra life. This is big. This is like, the kid has already preloaded the quarters and is ready to get this going. So that life was purchased for Beth, but Beth's not playing in this game, so I don't know if Beth is in Twitch chat right now. Beth's got to pick which one of you gets that bonus. Is Beth around? Beth, are you around? Do you know who you want to have a cool power up bonus, extra life? And I can't see it. Beth is AFK. Well, you know what then? We're going to do this judiciously. We're going to, when Beth comes back.
Wait.
Oh, Kozy gets it. All right, so Duchess Date, you're going to have 4 lives to start the game instead of 3. So let's get started, shall we? You guys ready for this?
Let's do.
All right, here we go. Okay, yes. So we begin in the pixelated 8-bit world known as Videogamia. That's right. And in the world, specifically today, there is a bright, sunny sky that is shining down over Pipeland. Pipeland, of course, being the area where there are multiple pipes that come up in different sections of the brick ground. The background of different trees and mountains in the back scroll past as a familiar character is running along the side. He's a mustachioed guy. He looks very fun. He looks like he's having a great time today. And as he runs along, he is just thinking to himself how much he just loves running around in Pipeland and exploring the world, when suddenly above him, there is a strange pixelation in the sky, and that blue gives away to a black exterior of space above him. There is something from beyond that looks down. It's a giant figure who is also pixelated, this 8-bit wonder who looks down, points at this guy, and a laser shoots down out of this figure's fingers, coming down, wraps around the little man who's running around the giant figure in the sky. Borio! You are mine at last. You will not escape the power of the Hax Master. And he pulls away his hand. The laser beam pulls the little man who was running, Bario, up off the ground. And as he gets sucked off in towards space, there is in a castle nearby a figure that sticks her head out. Kozy, tell us a little bit about Duchess Date. What was she just doing when her boyfriend Bario was getting scooped up by Haxmaster?
Duchess Date was brushing her hair, singing.
Yes. Amazing. Yeah. So you come to the window, you see Bario is getting sucked up into space. You've only heard rumors of Haxmaster. He is the master of the mysterious Hax, a computer virus that has been going around and wiping away some of the other worlds. And you knew that your world was protected and you wouldn't have any problems with that now. But yet, here he is. And he's taking your boyfriend, which, that's not cool. Do you want to do anything about that?
I want to run outside and chase Hax.
I love it. Yeah. So you jump up over the side of the banister. You kind of puff out your skirt and you float down. It's almost comically slow because he's pulling Bario up into the sky and you're floating down at a slower pace. But when you land on the brick nearby, you start running after them. The speed picks up. There's that sound of your feet as you run along the ground. And as you get about half the distance between your castle and where Haxmaster is pulling Barrio up into space, there is a huge explosion, a blinding light that knocks you back. And as you stumble backwards a few feet, some of the bricks behind you give way and you fall down, down, down below. And as you fall, you reach up and Barrio looks down. He's like, Duchess Date! As you're getting pulled away and you down into the dark. Elsewhere, we have another little area here. It is a similar 2-bit, 8-bit side-scrolling world. This world, however, is a jungle. There's lots of lush plants around. There's lots of different little small dinosaur-type creatures running around. And as we see all of this as they're running around, there is a break in the foliage, and there is a beach in the front. As we look in and come up upon the beach, there is instantly that 1960s Frankie Valli music that starts coming on. The kids are doing the cool dancing, and there is a figure who is up on a chair up above everybody. A big bulky guy, blonde hair and a big pompadour. He's got a whistle around his neck. He blows the whistle. Hey man, I need everybody out there to stay cool, man. No pushing in the water, all right? That dreaded lifeguard is always not fun at all. And along the beach, we see another figure who comes in, enjoying the sun, soaking up some rays. Tim, tell us a little bit about Noshi, my friend.
Well, Noshi's, he's rather ravenous.
Yeah.
For some reason, he's never questioned why. The beachgoers always leave apples and bananas on the beach. And he is currently stuffing his face and his shell with as many as he can pick up. Most of the sunbathers are easy enough to dispatch with a shell drop, or as the lifeguard hates Noshi to do a quick push into the water. But he does, as he's nears the lifeguard, he does at least begin to slow down and attempt to sneak. He's not great.
He's not great. Yes, he sneaks along, and as he sneaks along, picking up the apples and bananas that are just all over the place for some reason. Other kids who are at the beach are all giving him high fives, really drawing attention to him. The lifeguard looks around, spots him, blows a whistle. Hey man, Noshi, I told you not to be in my beach, dude. You gotta get out of here, man. Whoa, what is that? And he looks over across the ocean, and you see on the horizon where the sun would be is a dark spot, a huge crack that splits in the air. There are pixels that fall down out of the sky and splash down into the water. People start running and screaming, and you look up and you see beyond there is purplish pink pixelation of a virus, looks like, that is quickly spreading and eating away part of the sky. You turn back towards the lifeguard, and he's like, whoa, dude, what is that, man? Oh. And he starts stumbling off of his chair, his lifeguard chair, and as he falls and he hits the sand face first, he looks up, whoa, and he looks past you as you turn to see what exactly is going on with the virus in the air. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna first do a shell drop on the lifeguard.
Okay.
Because he's the lifeguard.
Mm-hmm.
So shell drop, and then give him a nice push toward the virus, and then take off down the beach.
All right. Yeah, you do. You curl up into a ball, tuck all your extremities into your shell, and like land on top of his head. Oh, he gets knocked down. You pop all your extremities back out, start running down the beach. And as you start running down the beach, you can see that split and that tear is crackling across the sky to your left, just splitting and renting the sky. And as it slowly breaks and it comes over across, it slices across through the beach, and part of the beach gives away. And as the beach gives away, you fall down into the hole, down, 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 the sunlight above slowly going away. And someplace else, That darkness gives way to a mouth, a large mouth that is just shoveling in a watermelon, a whole turkey, a whole Taco Bell Feast for 10 dinner, a whole bunch of stuff just coming in and in and in. And we pull back to see a small little guy, so cute, huge mouth though. It's like 4 times the size of his head, all spread out. And there's people all around, yeah, as he's just continuing to shovel food off of this table into his mouth. So Ed, tell us a little bit about Slurby.
Well, I think Slurby's showing off his ability to eat anything and everything, with an emphasis on everything. He is voracious, and as he continues to consume more, you can just kind of translucent see these things sort of dissolving and bobbling around and burbling inside of his body. As he cleans off the table, he then sort of changes position a little bit and begins to squat, and out of the rear of Slurby comes just a whole lot of like cardboard food containers and plastic forks and things like that. So he looks very, very pleased with himself, having demonstrated his prowess in consuming everything that he can put his slimy little hands on.
Absolutely. I love that. And as you're doing this, there is, we cut back to see that you are in a diner. Again, you're surrounded by tons of people. These are just regular human looking people, but they're all chanting, yeah, as you continue to eat. Pretty soon that table is empty. And so you bounce over to the next one and continue to shovel it all in. More and more food coming in, more and more food coming in. And one of them nearby, you see their eyes go wide. They're about to hand you a drumstick, and their eyes go wide as looking out the front window of the diner. And then soon everybody starts to notice what they're looking at. Everybody starts panicking. Oh no. And somebody comes up to you. Slurby, help us, look. Points back behind you out the diner window. And you spin around to see the sky is black. You've never seen this before. The sky outside is always bright and sunny and beautiful, but now it's black. It's a dark sky, like a storm is raging somewhere nearby. And you can see the building about a block away is looking all pink and purple and pixelated, like maybe it's starting to break down or dissolve. What do you want to do?
I think Slurby's intrigued. We got to go investigate this.
Nice. Yeah, so you bounce out the front door, running along. You're hungry already as you get outside, and your mouth kind of pulls back down to a regular, more manageable size on your face. And when you come outside, you can see that there is just a huge whirlwind out here. You look up to the sky, and you can see a giant purple and pink vortex that's opened up out of the hole in the sky and is coming down, starting to suck this building up into it. And you start to run towards it and towards past it, and suddenly you feel like a vacuum effect. You're running in place, and then you're trying to go forward, and you're getting pulled backward, and then suddenly there is something beneath you that gives away, and you fall down below the surface of the street, down into the dark, looking at the vortex above. And someplace else, yet still, there is a walkway between 2 buildings. There is a huge chasm beneath. And on this walkway, there is a gentleman on one side. He looks like he has had a huge bout with evil. He's got a cut across his forehead right above his eyelid. He's got a busted lip, and he warily, I can do this all day, soldier's lament. He raises his broken shield. He pulls up his 3-sectional staff and starts swinging it, doing a gesture. Why would you have a 3-sectional staff in a shield? Who knows? But across the way from him is a figure who is darkly clad, a figure of nightmare fuel of his own. Jhevaunte, tell us about Soldier's Lament.
So Soldier's Lament appears to look like an animated suit of black armor with a single eye at its center in this almost roiling mass of shadow. The left arm is this almost tendril-like demonic structure with 3 fingers that clenches into a fist, as his right arm reaches back and pulls a bandage-wrapped sword with a single eye at its center as well, which as he slams it down, he looks at the figure in front of him, And you almost see through the only visible parts of the helm that he wears, which are the eyes, this strange little smile as he then holds the blade out. More. Need more souls.
You'll never win, Soldier's Lament. I will stop you. And the figure comes in, running, and there's like a swell of music around you all. And as you come forward and you slam his shield against your sword, there is sparks that sizzle out. Part of the bridge beneath you guys shatters and crackles, as it has many, many times before in the constant battle that you've had with this soldier, this warrior who has been yet another to come challenge you. Soldier's Lament, as you two of you start fighting, it's a flurry, a dance of combat that can only be described as amazing. You can tell that the person on the other side is definitely button mashing, though, because it is a bit strained. It's not very fluid and very graceful at all. This is the attack of a desperate foe, and you swing the large sword. The empty is nothing that you are not able to not use against your enemy, and you knock his shield out of his hand. It tumbles down into the abyss below. He slams onto his back, and he looks up, breathing hard. He spits some blood out. You will not win. We will oppose you. Wait, what is that? And you think he's playing a joke, so at first you don't look, but then you feel another presence behind you, something else that looms down over your world that you've conquered through all this battle. And you see he just, no, it's here. And you turn, you see above you, that split in the sky, you see a figure, the Hacksmaster we saw before, and he looks down and he points his fingers, you! A light streaks down straight towards you. What do you do?
He's going to, as he just looks to the light, is going to very casually step back, because his backdash is just a step backwards.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you dodge out of the way. As the light comes down, it slams into your opponent, who it swirls around him and begins to pull him up off of the ground. And the Hacksmaster above, yes, excellent. Bring me the souls of your good warriors. They are mine now, Soldier's Lament. And the figure rises up out of the ground, getting pulled towards that vent in the sky. And you look up, you maybe have a moment. Who dare be this guy who's going to come into your world and try to take what's yours? You ready the empty, the eye in it blinks once, twice, starts to glow. And then, as you begin to move, another streak of lightning cuts down from that same hole, slams into that broken and cracked part of the bridge, and you fall away. The empty and you going down into the abyss below, the abyss that forged your armor, and you fall down, down, down. Elsewhere, it's another bright, sunny, beautiful day, and we see a young man who is running through the woods on his own. He has a little figure by his side that looks like a mixture between an animal and some sort of creature, but it looks very friendly. As you're running along, Sid, go and tell us a little bit about Crash Fetch'em.
Young man, average height for a young man. I was always above average, so I'm not sure what that is. Just running around, cap on, gloves, and sneakers with his best friend and partner. Just running along a road along a riverbank. While the sun sets in the background.
Absolutely. And as you run along, you have one of the dodecahedrons next to your side. It is half blue, half white, with another 12-sided symbol in the center of it where you would push to open it. And as you're moving along, you are chasing after the dodecamon that you are running after. It is a small little dragon-like figure who is orange and red. hues as they kind of bounce from tree to tree to tree. You're running in, try to grab them, and you ready the dodecahedron to capture this guy to get ready. And suddenly, your little friend to the side. What is your little friend to the side's name? Your little looks like a mixture between a badger and a little critter. What do they have a name?
Kapaku.
Kapaku.
Yeah.
Awesome. Kapaku stops at you, letting you know that there's something going on. And then you notice just a split second before, you see that there are some of the trees are getting pulled and whipped and moved around. And you can see that little creature that you guys are following around. The Blurazar is disappearing off into a little shadow off to the side, and you can see that the sky is opening up. What do you want to do in this moment as you start to feel a heavy wind is blowing at you in Kapaku?
You said it ran our way into the darkness.
Yeah, there's like you at first you thought it was the darkness between the trees, but then you notice that it's actually darkness, like there's shadows that are emerging in the trees.
And it's pulling me towards it, right?
It is, yeah.
All right, so at first I stand there for like a few seconds, action camera, just a close up while I react to it. My clothes and my jacket kind of pull toward it and say, "Oh, we gotta get out of here!" And I turn and run.
Nice. You turn to run, and much like we saw previously with another character, you start to run, and then you're running in place, still running. Kapaku tries to run, then you see Kapaku gets pulled between your legs and gets sucked up behind you. You turn
Come
around.
back, and then I open the dodecahedron and try to a little blue light, a pale blue light shoots out.
Yeah. It does. It goes forward. Yeah, it goes forward and it swirls around them like a magical lasso and pulls. And there's a second where he's getting pulled, his eyes wide as his little legs are flailing behind him as you hold the dodecahedron out. The energy's holding. It's nice and taut, almost like a rope being pulled by a tug of war. And then it snaps and pulls him back into it, and you click it shut. And as you click it shut, you feel it pull you up off of the ground, pulling you in towards the vortex. You notice now is pulling out of the shadows and pulls you into it.
I just want to,
yeah.
While I get pulled in, I pull out like a hexagonal stopwatch, and I click the button. The numbers, run through a little bit, and it pops open, and I put the dodecahedron shrinks down, and I put it in there, and I close it.
Excellent.
And it just say it says on the face of it says secured, and it shows a little icon of Kapaku.
Nice. I love it. And yes, you get pulled into the black as well. And as you get pulled in, you're getting pulled down what feels like you're falling and falling and falling. And then you notice other figures around you. You all start to notice each other all falling down this blackness together, being pulled down towards something. And then below you, there is suddenly a flash of light, and you see a bright yellow golden light that sizzles across the bottom, and a doorway opens, and all five of you go tumbling out of the doorway, head over heels, ass over tea kettle. You slam into a floor, and as you all start to regain your balance about yourselves and look around, you can tell that you're in some sort of tavern or something, some sort of like medieval room. There are nobody around. There's tables, there's some candelabras and some different sconces around the room that are illuminating the brick walls, and you can see that there are two large tables in here, one of which is completely covered in food. The other one is completely covered in what looks like maps and different symbols and things like this. Looks like this would be a place that a war room or something, that somebody would be planning something. And as you all look up, that doorway closes, and you're all in this room together. So here we are, now officially into the game. On the bottom of the screen, we're going to see level 1-1 flash, and then kind of swirl back out of the way. So everybody is here together. Feel free to role play a little bit, and we'll take it from here. Remember, everybody at home, you do have the chance to donate to give these guys some cool stuff. Power-ups, you can give them extra lives, you can give them healing potions, you can turn them invincible for fights, you can give them cheat codes. All kinds of fun stuff is all floating down on the bottom. And if you really want to get really, really crazy, you can donate for one of the other incentives that I see on the screen right now, which is $100. Me, Jeremy, or Miko will play a game with you. You know, how cool is that? You know, and we all have different stuff. I personally will run and learn any game you want to play. That's right. I'll even play Fatal. I just said that. That's terrible. But anyway, you could. But whatever you guys want to do, we'll do it. So anyway, back to the show. So you all kind of come to. How do you guys go about this? What's going on as you all see each other for the first time? You all are strangers, I will say that. You all don't know each other. I would say maybe there's some familiarity between Duchess Date and Noshi. Maybe you guys saw each other in passing one time at a Christmas party or something, but you're not sure. Everybody else you don't know each other, so.
This is absolutely absurd. What is going on here?
I know, just one table? I'm not sharing. Get your own. Slurpee heads straight to the food.
No, I mean, who thinks they can just do whatever they want and just, we're here? So rude.
I'll just go ahead and resheath the empty back onto the back sheath.
Absolutely. I should mention the Soldier's Lament. You are like at least 3 heads taller than everybody else in the room. You are a tall, hulking figure. Everybody else is basically like 4 foot tall or shorter. The next closest in height to you would be this boy you see. He's got a baseball cap on, and he looks way too positive for you. Everybody else is really small. So yeah, there's quite a size difference. This is like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, where we got the hobbits and then we got Gandalf. It's kind of got going on. So different sizes.
So right now, Noshi is in his shell, and it's on the back and just sort of slowly spinning. So he's tucked in, like you don't see him; you just see the shell.
Let's get you up, little guy.
Who is that?
It's Duchess Date, of course.
Which one?
Pardon?
Which one?
I need a minute.
Right, no, she was only in Super Mario Brothers 2.
I'm not going to dignify that with an answer. Can we figure out what's going on here? Who are you guys?
Going to go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I said I'm going to go ahead and, because of size difference, I'm going to pick Noshi up by the shell with the one big hand.
Ah!
You can come out.
You just see his head pop out, and he looks at you and goes, "Okay, you can put me down now."
Just let's go.
Back into he just kind of lands.
Yeah.
I look up at Soldier's Lament and I say, I've never seen Dodekamon like you. And I strike a pose.
Right.
It's clear that none of you are challengers from my realm either.
I mean, I don't think so.
Challenge for what?
None of you had anything to do with what took Percival, right?
No?
Do you mean Barrio?
What happened to Barrio?
I don't know. We need to get to the bottom of this.
I thought we did. I fell.
Not this bottom, silly.
Oh. Who's the thing eating the table?
I'm Slurpee.
Oh.
Oh, you can talk?
You better fucking believe it.
Oh my goodness!
Hmm.
Yes, indeed. As you're all sitting here having these interactions, there is suddenly the sound of a door opening from somewhere, and you hear small footfalls come across the room, and you all look up to see a block-headed, block-bodied figure come into the room. It looks like basically like a little kid with bright orange hair, but you can tell by the way that they talk and the way they carry themselves, this is an adult. They put up a hand that doesn't have any fingers, it's just a block on it. Hi, I'm Bill. Looks like you guys are all okay. I'm glad you all made it. I wasn't sure if that portal stone was going to work, so I'm glad it did. Welcome to Craft World, he says, pointing up to the sky. And you look around and you're just like, yeah, okay, we're in a room. What are you talking about? He moves over on like a blocky, stilty walk, and he gets over to the table. And when he grabs onto a piece of food and picks it up, it suddenly turns all blocky. Like it's not rounded and very textured looking. It's very stiff and blocky. He takes a bite. Yeah, so I'm really glad that you guys are okay. I bet you're all wondering what you're doing here, right?
No, I'm wondering what you're doing here.
I'm wondering what anyone thinks they're doing here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm Bill. I live here in Craft World, and I got to tell you guys, some things are going on out there. The Hax has returned. The Hax Master is back, and he's really upset. I'm sure I don't have to tell all of you guys who the Hax Master is, but this is a time where I give exposition in a box down below. He turns to the invisible fourth wall. The Hax Master is a terrible man, a sorcerer who emerged several hundred years ago. He fought the ancient heroes from a time long past. They weren't strong enough to overcome his Hax magic, and therefore they were lost to all time. Because of this, lesser-known heroes now have their chance in the spotlight. And, as you can see, they will be the heroes that we will have today. And he turns back to you guys as if that wasn't weird at all, and says, so yes, I think it'd be important to make sure that we get you guys all up to speed and let you know how we can, what we can do to turn this around. Are you guys with me?
We may not be the heroes you want, but we're the heroes you're stuck with.
That's so true.
We are given a quest by an insane person.
I'm not sure about that, but sure, yeah, okay.
Are we sure we're not all dreaming collectively? Because this is weird.
I mean, I think that was one time.
Okay, so... This is... Hax is real? I thought that was just a story.
Oh, no, it's real. I'm afraid it's very real. Yes, the Hex, it's a computer virus that devours worlds. It goes in, it splits it apart into its different pixelated pieces and pulls them away to turn them into the dreaded MMO army. It's a terrible thing that we all have to combat against, and we thought it was defeated long ago, but it would seem that now, if we don't stop it, our world will in fact become a part of the Warcraft. So, here's what we need to do. Deep within the heart of the Hax's kingdom is a tower. At the top of the tower is a reset code. If you can make it to the tower and one of you can activate the reset code, it'll destroy their hold on this reality and send him back. But it won't be easy. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this, and he goes over to the table and he pulls out a box and he turns towards all of you and opens the box. And as he opens the box, you'll see that there are 5 little rows of red little symbols on like a little plaque. And he goes, that's kind of funny that there's 5 of you and 5 of these. That's kind of funny how that worked out, but oh well. He pulls one out and he hands it to you, Duchess Date, because you're the nearest to him. And when you take it, the little symbols on it, you notice the little things that are on the plaque are little hearts, and they actually bling, 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 bling up above your head, and they float above your head, 6 little hearts. We see them on the left side of their figure screens here, and they kind of twinkle and glow as they become one with you. And he hands one of these to all of you.
So, I guess we have to do this?
Do what?
We gotta take down the Hacksmaster, or none of us are getting a sequel.
Oh my
Speak for
goodness.
yourself.
Are you
Onions,
okay? You're
parsnips,
breathing really
turnips,
hard.
dates. They're the things that make life great. Okay, let's do this, guys.
Okay.
I just have one question.
Yeah, what's up?
What did you just say?
What did I just say?
Yeah.
What she just say?
No, what you just said.
Oh, I just said that, you guys all have to. Being serious? Yeah, he just says that you guys all have to. He looks at you weird. Are you playing with me? Are you pranking me?
No. Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Neither
Wait, is
do I.
Ashton here? And he starts looking around. No? Okay. No, you have to defeat Hacksmaster or save or all of existence will be destroyed.
Yeah. What did you say?
Oh, you.
We're
Here you go.
stuck,
Stop.
or we
No.
die.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it's that extreme, but kind of, maybe. I don't know.
It's apparent.
Oh, okay. What about
How
you,
do-
Soldier's Lament?
How do we leave here?
Well, right through the door, of course. And he points to the side of the room where there's a door that you all didn't notice before. It's almost as if it just all of a sudden appeared now that he's done talking to you all.
What's a door?
Okay, gang. Let's just. We got this.
All right. So yeah, so you each have these 6 hearts above your head, and as you begin to step out into past the doorway, Bill, bye everybody, good luck, have fun storming the castle. And as you all go out through the door, you all turn around to say something to him, maybe based on him doing that, and you realize that you're all standing outside. The whole area out here looks like pixelated, blocky ground. There's a mountain that is definitely different layers because it's uneven. It's almost like a ziggurat, but it's an actual mountainside that is all down in the back. Some of you find this to be kind of reassuring and normal. Others of you are like, that looks weird. But you look around, you can see in the far distance on the horizon, several days' journey, you would guess, is a huge, impending dark tower with purple rivulets of energy that are rippling down the front of it. And you can see that up in the top, in the center, where a giant eye would be, there is a strange portal that's opened up, a purplish pink energy that is between the 2 giant prongs, almost like a giant tuning fork that is sticking up out of the top of the ground here. And you know that's where you need to go. So, heroes, it's up to you.
So we stick together?
I hope so.
It looks like we need to go to that really unattractive castle.
You seem like the leadership type. Can we convince you to go first? It might be dangerous.
I don't mind at all. I'm used to that, in fact.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, you guys head on out, and you guys walk for some time. While you guys are all walking around, if you all could, let's go through everybody. Let's start with Kozy, because she just got made de facto leader here. Kozy, tell me something that your character likes to do when they're at home and they're not adventuring.
Duchess Date likes to garden, specifically vegetables underground, and she likes to sing and brush her hair.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. As you walk along, this is a little bit different than going to do that. Duchess got to do what a Duchess got to do, according to chat. So true, Wheezy Boots. So true. Who is next in the marching order?
Noshi will back her up.
Okay. So, Noshi, you think back to your time and you trying to avoid the lifeguard and hanging out on the beach. Tell us a little bit more about that. What was your first experience you had with the lifeguard?
He did much like Soldier's Lament did and picked me up by my shell and like a discus threw me into the jungle.
Oh, no.
So that was my first experience with the lifeguard. obviously scoring.
Yeah, not cool. Not cool at all. Yeah. You're glad he's not here. Who is
Well,
next?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still missing apples and bananas being everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. You love to eat apples and paninis. Yeah. Who is next in the order? There's no danger involved.
Against my better judgment, because if Slurby is behind me, I'm going to be having nightmares. I'll be behind Noshi.
I love the idea that your character can have nightmares. I'm just gonna say.
You know, I don't think he knew either, but Slurby is proving otherwise.
Look at that lovable face. Who doesn't want to be friends with Slurby? So, Soldier's Lament. Tell us a little bit about your rivalry with Percival and why exactly the two of you were battling for the fate of all of your realm right before you were picked up and sent here with the others.
So initially, Soldier's Lament and Percival were the same being. Percival initially being the original holder of the Empty. However, during a clash against what is essentially the actual weapon of Id, the entity that was Soldier's Lament split from Percival and utilized his original armor to recreate itself. Essentially, Soldier's Lament is the sword given an actual body, and Percival is the original holder of that weapon.
Nice. So I'm just responding to something in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. So the two of you go way back. So even right now, as you're here and you think about him being pulled away by the Hacksmaster, your vision for a brief second cuts away into a cutscene that pops up over all of this as you all walk along. We see in that castle up above, the Hacksmaster paces back and forth. There are several different folks that he has tied up and bound up around a giant glowing crystal. The giant glowing crystal is up and it's floating and spinning in the air, and it does below it say it is the reset key. It says below it in words. And Barrio's like, hey man, you're not gonna get away with this. You know, I'm gonna stop you. Percival's like, yeah, you're not gonna get away with this. Evil never triumphs over good. Shut up, fools, Hacksmaster says. And as he turns, he looks out like a crystal orb on the side. It's that same portal above, and he can see you all approaching. They're coming right into my plan. We cut back to you guys. And Slurby, what's your favorite thing you've ever eaten?
Slurby isn't picky, but it's best when it's stolen.
Oh, yeah.
He's just a lovable scamp, and one of his favorite things to do is to sneak into people's dreams and steal all of the food in Sleepland and consume it.
So you're like a nice Freddy Krueger. I love that. Awesome. In the back, Crash, you can tell that you still have your watch. How many dodecahedrons does your watch hold? Should I assume 12, or is it less than that?
It's 12. And point of order, I just want to say, earlier I said the little stopwatch opens up, but what it does is shine a little light on the dodecahedron, shrinks it, and then stores it within it.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It digitizes it.
Yes, absolutely. You look at your watch and you can see that even though the numbers on the front that would tell you what time it is are all discombobulated and moving around, you can see that 11 of your 12 dodecahedrons are full. However, let's do this. Let's get a roll going, shall we? I want you to go ahead. I want you to tell me how you want to react. So in Fate, how this works is this. It's a very narrative system. So when we roll, we're going to roll 4 Fate dice, which are specialty dice that you're going to see pop up on the screen here in just a second with our cool DD dice overlay that we're using. You're going to roll these 4 dice. They have pluses, minuses, and blanks on them. You roll them together to add up kind of what your fate is on the roll and add that to the approach that you're taking. So you've got 6 different approaches, anywhere from being clever to being forceful. So as you're looking at your watch, how do you feel it would be the best approach that you would take to kind of calibrate it and check it to make sure it's okay?
With the approaches,
how would you narratively do that?
Clever, because that makes sense. Clever makes sense.
Okay. So you cleverly check your watch. So go ahead and roll your four dice, and add your clever score that you have under approaches.
So my clever score is 1. So
Okay.
just 4 dice plus 1.
That's right.
All right, let's roll that. Nice.
Okay. What'd you get?
0. 0.
0 total. That's including your +1?
I added +1 there, so I think so. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
Yeah, I
So
rolled
all
a
that-
46 plus 1, so it came out to 0.
Okay. All right. That's all right. So you look at the watch. You can tell that the watch is locked for some reason. You're not able to summon out any of the dodecahedrons that are full. However, you can see that 12th dodecahedron is the way it was digitized as it was getting pulled in. It's kind of not all the way in there. So you have access to one of them. But with that roll, it is empty. So you don't have a little critter friend that you can pull out to help you. One of the dodecamon are not there ready for you. But you have an empty one. So maybe that'll play to your benefit later. Who knows?
Who knows?
So as you guys are all walking along, I would like everybody please to give me a roll as you're walking along. Again, this could be any kind of approach you guys want to take as you're moving through this open, build world expanse. Just rolling the 4 and adding whatever your approach you want to take is for how you feel like you just move around. It's up to you guys. And just let me know if anybody gets higher than 3 on their total.
What are we rolling?
You're going to roll the 4d6 plus whatever approach that you think you normally take as you just casually walk along the ground as you're walking along. So are you by nature, are you a careful person? Are you forceful, like you're walking with purpose? Are you being sneaky? Are you moving real fast to get through here as fast as you can? That sort of thing. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever you want to roll. So hey, why not roll your highest? You all have a 3 and 1, 2 2s, 2 1s, and a 0 to add to your roll. So why not roll your 3, right? Who knows? Yeah.
I got that.
So anybody get 3 or higher?
I got a 2.
A 2? 2?
So I think my modifiers are off because I got an 18.
An 18? Oh man, that's
I don't even think that's possible.
Yeah, so with the fate dice, yeah, it should just be the pluses and minuses. It's not actual d6s, but what you could do if you're playing fate and you don't have fate dice, you could roll d6s. So like, what are the numbers on your regular d6 dice? You would have a 1 and a 2 could be a blank, for example, or excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Okay. So Slurby then. Yeah. So Slurby then. Looks like you got a 3. So Slurby, as you guys are all walking along, Slurby, you hear the trees rustle. And you turn around, and all of a sudden you realize, just in an explosion of activity, there are these small little creatures that jump up and land on different sections of the trees, and they start bounding down in around all of you guys. As they all land on the ground and they start running around, these things are some sort of critters. You're not sure what they are. They look like a mixture between wild, maybe chimpanzees, and some sort of little creature thing. And as they land and they start running, moving around, you can see that they've got bright pink glowing eyes. You can tell instinctively that these things are part of Hexmaster's army of crazy creatures. So there's no initiative in this game. We're just going to narratively kind of describe how we want to deal with this. So what does everybody do as these things pop out? I'm going to say Slurby because you rolled the highest on that. We'll just start off the narrative with you. We'll let you act first because you were kind of prepared for that. So again, to help everybody understand their characters and also to help people at home understand how we're playing, with Fate, you have the different approaches are going to be how you apply to everything. You have, as a character, different stunts, which are basically different special things that your character can do, which give you a +2 on something. And you also have an extra, which in this case would be like your special move that the characters have. These are all custom tailored for these characters. So each of you have an extra that is unique to your character alone. But they are one per session, so the whole 3 hours you got that one time. So I wouldn't blow it here in the beginning unless you want to. It's up to you. It's your character. And again, folks at home, you can donate, give them a boon. A power up can let them re-roll one of their 4 dice as it hits the table. You can give them extra life. You can get them hearts back if they get wounded. You give them invincibility. There's a cool cheat code which lets boss monsters, which we're not quite at yet, but boss monsters can re-roll and take negatives. And you can play with them too by giving the bad guys stuff too. So just so that's all in play, everybody remembers what's going on. So Slurby.
So I think Slurby's been he's kind of a sneaky type, and he's been trying to make sure that these glitch creatures or whatever they are focus on other people instead of him. Especially like they might be Dodecamon, I'm not sure, or maybe they'd be scared by that big bad scary armor thing. At any rate, Slurby kind of like squishes himself down into the ground, kind of becoming like a yellowish green kind of pancake, and he's angling and sort of squishing around on the ground, trying to find one of those that turns its attention towards one of the other people in the party, so that he can then come up from underneath it and chomp on it and bite on it from beneath like a land shark.
I love that. So you're basically going to sneakily attack it, basically.
Yeah, like when I see an opening and them going after somebody else.
Cool. All right. So go ahead. You're going to roll the 4 dice plus your sneaky approach score. If you have any stunts that give you a bonus to this kind of thing, you can use them. I don't believe you do, but...
So I think that's a 2 for me.
A 2 total? Okay.
Yep.
So as you kind of slink down in and you turn into that pancake that kind of starts sliming across the ground to kind of move in behind them, you see that they start moving and bobbing and weaving, paying more attention to everybody else for now. As you jump up and try to hit at them, you do a swing, a wide swipe with your fist. It goes wide over this thing's head. You don't make contact with it, but you do sneak up behind it. They didn't notice that you were there. So Slurby, who do you want to pass the narrative to? Who do you want to kind of give the spotlight to?
I think Slurpee panics because he didn't connect, and he just looks around and he points at Noshi. It was him!
Noshi, you need to react right now. So what would you like to do, my friend?
Well, I mean, I don't know what to do with this thing. So, let's just run around it and distract it, and so it doesn't know where I am, but I'm in front of it, and then I'm behind it.
Nice. So you want to flashily distract it, basically.
Yeah.
You want to... Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll, again, 4d6 plus your forceful approach bonus, which I believe for you was a 3, correct? Yes.
Yeah, I think I got it
Flashy.
right now.
Flashy is 3, yeah.
Nope. So it's a 3, but my modifiers are weird.
Okay, so what did you get on the dice? How many pluses and minuses did you get?
1 minus 1 plus, and then 2 blanks.
1 minus 1 plus. We're going to even each other out. The 2 blank are going to be nothing, so that's a 0 on the roll, plus your flashy score. What's your score for flashy?
3.
Yeah, so you did get a 3 total, yeah. So you start running around the creatures and start moving around, and as you do so, you see they start bumping and hitting into each other as they're reacting to you running around them, and they're starting to get really confused and distracted, and about half of them you'll notice are just kind of getting really confused and discombobulated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to allow this to create a little aspect to the scene, which is another little tag we're going to build in here. So right now they're confused, so I'm writing a note here on the monster's little stat block that they are confused. So what that's going to do is certain rolls that you guys are going to have against them are going to get a bonus. They're going to get a boon because they are confused because you're distracting them this way. So cool. And as you continue to run past them, who does the attention get drawn to? Now, I will say, you can have the attention get drawn to because the bad guys get to go in the turn too. So you could say they go next. The later in the turn you wait for them to go, they get a bonus. So like if they go the last in the round, they might get bonuses against you guys because you guys were kind of jumping up on them or whatever. But that's up to you guys. I'm not telling you how to play. I'm just letting you know the rules. So
Okay. I think in terms of since he's running around freaking out, let's throw it to the walking nightmare, Soldier's Lament.
Yes.
See if he can take advantage.
Definitely. We look over to you, Soldier's Lament, and as you can definitely tell, the thrill of battle, those war drums that start pounding in your ears that you hear, you're ready for the combat, the thrill of battle, and you reach for the edge of the empty. Excuse me, you reach for the empty. You're not reaching for the guy from U2. That'd be weird. You know, you reach for your sword, and what do you do?
As I'm going to, there's almost like no hesitation. As soon as he sees one get within range, he's just going to swing his body forward, and then the sword comes with it.
Yes.
To try to cleave one in half.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to try to forcefully swing the empty.
Absolutely. And because of your stunt, the thrill of combat, you're going to get a +2 when you forcefully attack in hand-to-hand combat. So you're going to roll your 4 dice plus your forceful score, which is 3 +2. So you got a huge bonus on this, a +5 to your roll.
+5. Roll. So that's a 6.
A 6 total, yeah. So because the plus and minus even out, the one's a 0, the one's a plus. So a 6 total. A 6 total is a pretty awesome hit. So yeah, you swipe through this thing, and as you hit this thing and you cut it clean in half, it explodes into these pink pixels, and as they fly down around, they just kind of and dissolve into the air as one of them is completely gone. So now instead of the maybe dozen that are around you guys, there are 11 of them that are standing here. The other ones all look to that one. And
worthless. Offer yourselves to annihilation.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Go. So, Soldier's Lament, who's going to go now?
I'm going to pass it to... a Duchess should definitely follow this. I would say we're going to pass it to Duchess Date.
All right. Duchess Date, you see all this going on. I should mention that you are not without your own set of offensive capabilities. You pull out from behind your back, what is it, a cricket bat? Or a mallet? What do you have here?
That's my croquet mallet.
Yes. All right.
So I pull it out from under my dress gracefully and, powerfully, like, because I'm perfect at it. Because I've honed my skills for years playing croquet. And I say, I'm extremely miffed right now and I'm not afraid, who knows it? And then I go for it.
Awesome. So what kind of approach are you taking on this attack? Are you doing forceful as well? Or are you doing a different type of thing? Or are you trying to be more flashy? Or how do you think you want to do this?
I want to do flashy.
Okay, yeah. Yes, big, larger than life, full-on swing, lots and lots of flourishment to it. Yeah, so go ahead and roll. Again, I'm going to say it a few more times just to make sure everybody's following along. The 4d6 plus your flashy score. If you have any stunts that would help you, you can use them. And you could use your extra. You don't have to, but you could. Oh no, what'd you get? I see there's quite a reaction. I didn't see this here. Okay, negative, so that's going to, and then a positive. So that's going to be a total net right there of -2 plus your flashy, which is 3. Oh, okay. Yeah. So go ahead and that's going to be a 1. So yeah, so you're going to you go for it and you crack one of them upside the head and you seem to kind of go, He didn't look too pleased with that. Didn't knock him out or anything, but he definitely is hurt. But because he's kind of confused with the distraction going on with Noshi, he's just going to take a little bit more of an effect going on than normal. So, perfect. Who's next? Who's doing it up now?
Real quick, did I do that right? I added the +3 modifier for my flashy, or do you add that on later?
Nope, you add it onto the total roll. Yep, you got it.
Oh, I did it right. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, you're good.
So she's starting to kind of panic because, they're looking at her. So I'm going to start backing up and waiting, looking over to Crash to see if they want a turn at it.
So Crash, what are you doing?
I'll tell you my turn. So I do a back roll,
Okay.
really dramatically, and I try to recalibrate that watch again because I can't. I gotta. So yeah, plan A. You try to recalibrate that watch again.
Okay.
Stupid thing.
So yeah, what kind of approach are you taking to try to recalibrate your watch?
I'll say quick because we're in some stuff.
Yeah, so you're trying to do it
I'll go with
quickly.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll it up.
And roll. Haha. 2.
2 plus your quick is 4.
No, it's 2. I already added it in. So
Oh,
I
you
got
guys
it.
are on the ball. You guys are way ahead of me. I love it. Cool. So 2 total. So you start calibrating your watch, and as you're doing so, the digital readout is kind of flashing and clicking and whirring, and you can see that there are a symbol of 6 different little things across the front, and you see 2 of them line up and line up into the right order and read properly, and you see the watch kind of go tick, 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 and the head of it, like the face of it, spins and clicks in place a certain way, and you can see that the dodecahedron that you're trying to calibrate and pull out is it gets loose, and you can see that it's able to be used now. So yeah, you're definitely on the step in the right direction. So with this, these little guys all around you guys just come bounding in, and you're going to see that as they do, they kind of form into a pack, a swarm that jump up on top of you guys and start biting and clawing, kind of noises. So let's have everybody go ahead and make a careful roll to try to not get hurt. So you're going to roll careful at approach plus whatever your die, plus 4 die are. And just let me know your numbers when you got that going. You can hold up fingers or you can tell me. Dice all over the screen. I love it. Yeah, if you like cool dice like that over your screen and you do cool stream stuff, you can do D&D Dice. Does all that.
So that looks like a 6 for Slurby, due in part to his cast iron stomach.
Yes, indeed. 4 for Soldier's Lament.
2 for Crash.
2 for Crash Fetch'em.
Crash Fetch.
-2 for Noshi.
-2 for Noshi. And Duchess Date, what did you get?
I don't know if I did the right roll. What modifier are we using, or what category?
Yeah, careful. Your careful ability score.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, the same 4 plus whatever that number is.
Okay, can I do a redo or just do +2 to that?
Yeah, I'm not seeing what you rolled. So if you got 3 plus, you got 3.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Okay,
so
plus
can
2
I
is
just
5.
do +2?
So
okay,
that's
awesome.
Yeah, that's a great roll. Yeah, you don't want to get rid of that. So as this happens, these creatures, as they're coming and biting and snapping and pulling at you guys, Noshi, you're going to take 4 hearts as they hit into you. They just start clawing and biting and scratching at you. I should have written down the numbers. Who got 5 or higher? Slurby, Duchess Date. Okay. Soldier's Lament and Crash, you guys are each going to take half of 4, which is 2. Because you guys get bit and snapped at as well. So again, you're going to have 6 hearts. When all 6 of your hearts are gone, you come back with 6 more and you lose a life. However, because of people being cool earlier, Duchess Date has 4 lives, so that's awesome. So now that's kind of 1 round is down. I'll remind you guys all that we do have someone who donated earlier that did give you all a power-up earlier that gives you a chance to, you can re-roll 1 of your dice during the game when you roll. Okay, so, and that's like the whole game. I don't know if I made that clear. That's like the whole game. So it's like you can always re-roll 1 of your dice, everybody. So that's a huge bonus for you guys. So okay, so as they go, I think what happens is we're going to cut back over to Soldier's Lament, because he is a warrior tried and true, and he is ready to kill some foes, and he has already done some stuff to them before. So Soldier's Lament, how do you pick this back up?
Knowing that they can get cleaved in half pretty easily, I'm going to see if I can hit a few at once. I'm going to slam the empty onto the ground, and then I'm going to use a command combo and kick the sword forward as it boomerang spins around and back.
Yes. I think this sounds pretty flashy, but what approach were you thinking this would be?
This is definitely a flashier move.
All right, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, go ahead and roll that. Now you don't use your stunt through the combat because you're not forcefully doing this. You're flashing through, just so everybody can understand the difference between stunts. They are like specific approach related. But yeah, you go ahead and do that.
That's a -1.
-1 total? Okay, I'm added -1. Did you want to reroll one of those?
Not for that. It's not gonna. It wouldn't. Not for that one.
Okay, all right.
I'll save the miss input. I dropped the input.
Oh, your finger slipped. Yeah. All right. You throw the sword and it goes through it. You see it bouncing off of some of them, ricocheting between them and then your allies, bouncing around. Because the total is a -1, I'm going to say it's going to hit one of your allies. I don't roll in this game. So, Soldier's Lament. Who do you think your sword hits out of your allies here?
2, 3, 4. I know exactly how to figure that out. Who's he gonna hit?
Nice. Dice rolling.
Slurby.
Slurby, you're going to take 2 points of your 2 hearts because of getting slammed by the empty as it flies through the air and slams into you. Ugh.
Yes.
But then it does, in fact, Soldier's Lament, snap back into your hand as you rip it out of the air. There is a streak of like a red that through the air as you pull it, almost like it's cutting through part of the air around you. And Slurby, I think you got to go next with that, my friend. Oh!
Hey, what the hell? Friendly fire, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not apologizing.
Speaking of Slurby, everyone, we had a donation that someone just gave Slurby a reroll that he can use when he needs to.
Slurby's got another reroll. I love it. So 2 reroll. I love this. Keep them coming. So Slurby.
Looking at the Slurby.
Yeah, what it is, they're entranced by that art. They're, man, he is just so cute. I just have to support him. All right, Slurby.
At this point, Slurby.
It was an
just
anonymous reroll, so I don't think anyone actually wants to admit that.
How these things taste. So Slurby is going to just try to chomp right down on one of their heads and swallow it whole.
Okay. I will also mention, since we're kind of doing this, you all do have fate points, which are points that you can use to affect your roll. So what you can do is you can use a fate point to also 1 point. You can re-roll everything, or you can use a point to negate some of your damage, that sort of thing. That's more narrative. You just say, can I use a fate point to maybe do this kind of effect? There's not like a definitive, like, it does this kind of thing. But you can use it to re-roll, is what I'm getting at. So everybody has 1 fate point, because we're in a fight now. You all gained 1 when the fight started. So you have that. And if you use certain abilities, you get fate points as well. But anyway, so Slurby, you wanted to...
Yeah, I'm going to try to just like quickly chomp down on one of them.
Yeah. Okay, cool. How are you doing? Are you trying to be careful, or are you just trying to just get as forceful as possible and knock this guy out?
I think I'm trying to do it like really quick. Like I need to get some food in me since I got hit by that big old empty sword thing, Mahoozer.
Absolutely. You know what I think it sounds like to me? I think it sounds like maybe perhaps your flaw is getting invoked here, which is what do you mean I can't eat that? You want to just eat stuff, right? You just want to eat everything in sight. So we can do this. I'll give you a fate point if you allow that compel to happen. Or you can give me a fate point that says it doesn't happen. If you allow it to happen, you will get a +2 on the roll and a fate point. So
if I allow what to happen?
If you allow it to be like kind of what you're already doing, just to be like, oh yeah, I want to eat this guy, and I just want to eat everything in sight, and I have to try to eat this guy. So
no, I'm here for it. Slurby wants to chomp down on this guy.
All right, so you get another fate point, and then you're going to get a +2 on the roll in addition to the approach that you're going to take, which was quick, you said.
Yep.
All right.
That comes out to a 2.
A 2 with all of that together. Okay.
Honestly, I think
Yeah.
I want to use a fate point to re-roll that. Maybe I can
Okay.
do better.
Yeah, okay. So one of your fate point is used up, the one you just gained. That's totally fine. Yeah, just re-roll all 4 again and add it all up again.
Four.
4. Okay, yeah, that is better. Yeah, so you come down, you start, your mouth gets super huge. I think Duchess Date standing right next to him. You see, oh, he just gets really big and just kind of and this guy is just pretty much all sucked up and gone in one fell swoop. So 12 goes down to 10. Some of them are hurt though. I'm not going to say that they're all like full and hearty and hale. I mean, you guys are throwing swords, you guys are hitting them with croquet mallets, all kinds of cool stuff. But that's one like definitively gone. Yeah. Who's going to go next, do you think, Slurby?
I think I want to give it to Crash.
Crash, fetch him. All right.
All right. So did you say that I got a chance to get one of those dodecamons out?
Yeah, you could pull a dodecamon out if you want. Yeah.
All right. So
That one empty one you had? Yeah, you could pull it out now.
No, not the empty one though. I try to recap.
Oh, one with people in it. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, I take that out. I extract that.
Okay.
So it comes out. It comes out the watch.
Mm-hmm.
Grows, and I just grab it, press the middle of it, and I toss it at one of them. I want to hit one of the one of the little thingies with it, and release the dodecamon that's inside.
Okay. Just like in your own game, you can have one dodecamon out at a time, but yeah, you could definitely pop one out for sure. Absolutely. So you throw it. What approach is this?
Bludgeon. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it quick. So it's gonna be
Sure.
I recalibrate the watch. I get it out and I bludgeon one of the things with him and release the dodecamon.
All right, absolutely. Yeah, you chuck
So
it. Go and roll real quick.
I said quick, right?
Yes, quick. You did.
Just making sure I forget.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Press the wrong buttons. Bro. 3.
3. Okay, yeah. You throw it, it comes out, and as it comes out, it opens, and a Decamon comes out. Woo! And what exactly comes out? What does it look like for us? Oh, I'm not letting you off the hook, Sid. You got to have all this stuff lined up.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just laughed a little bit. It looks like a pangolin.
Okay. Yeah.
But it has 4 fox like they're pangolin tails, but they're as big as like fox tails.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So pangolin looks exactly like a pangolin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as it comes out,
a literal pangolin with
foxtails.
with foxtails.
I love it. As it comes out, its tails like a propeller behind its back swirl around, reference to another game, and it comes out, and as it spins, the propeller goes, and its air starts buffeting like a fan onto this little creature. So yeah, it blows it back, and it smacks into another one, and you see both of them go and pixelate and smash down onto the ground and are gone. And your little friend, what is this little critter's name?
Palamine.
Yes. Palamine lands next to the ground.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's engage in combat.
I love it. So who is going to be next in the order? Who do we see kind of the attention get drawn to right now? Helps it out. Who hasn't gone this round?
Soldier's Lament and Slurby went, right?
Soldier's Lament and Slurby. Yep.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Noshi does.
Noshi. Okay.
So Noshi sees what Slurby does.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, but I'm a fruitarian. And that hurt. He is going to do a double jump with his legs moving really fast.
Yeah.
And when he reaches his zenith, he's going to tuck and shell drop on one of these things, trying to flatten it. Just like he does the lifeguard when he gets the chance.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
This would be a flashy.
Okay, I love that. Go ahead.
Question.
Yes.
Would I be able to say I tried to intimidate the rest of the little screechies after that attack?
Yeah, well, so you can do that, as part of that attack, that you kind of intimidate them a little bit. Yeah, so what we'll do is, because you got the roll that you got on that, I will add that they have the intimidated aspect. So they are intimidated and confused right now because the aspects last for the entire encounter or scene. Encounter in this case, because you guys are fighting. So yeah, that has that too. So that's an additional bane that they have on some of their rolls. Or your guys' rolls have a boon is really more how it works out. But
yeah, I say I do that and I say, "Ha! You don't have enough medallions for this combat," and then I just
yeah. Amazing. All right. What'd you get for us, Noshi?
3.
3 total. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So you go through. You start, just waylaying and trying to get this figured out. So how exactly does this look for us?
He just did it. He jumped. Ran in the air for a second and then got a little bit higher and ran in the air a little bit and then tucked everything into the shell and dropped on one of them.
Nice. I love it. Yep. And there's like a and then when you land on it, they go and they pixelate in amongst you. They kind of like splat like you're smashing a tomato underneath a pan or something, just underneath. Slurby, you're almost like, oh, that looks good. Maybe I can spread that on something. That's another one gone. I do see, and I was reminded that thank you, Beth Masco. She's donated to give me some fun. Nasty. Which power up was that? Let's take a look and see. I missed that part when I was reading. Bane to use on someone. Which Bane was it? Which Bane was it? Kevin's face. Which Bane was it? Enemy care. Yes, indeed. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Beth Masco. Beth Masco's got it out for you guys. Okay, so who is left? I think it's Duchess Date. Unless you want the baddies to go right now.
No, at two hearts. No,
okay.
I will let Duchess go.
All right, Duchess Date. Here we go. So
please finish them.
Yeah. There's half the force left. There's 6 of them out of the 12 that were originally there.
Big bang.
Okay. So I pull from under my dress a huge onion. Okay.
Okay.
And it's like an onion bomb. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm going to like bowl the majority of the group down.
I love it. Okay.
And I say, I'm still so upset at you. And then I go.
Nice. What type of approach are you taking with this?
Can I do flashy
probably?
again?
Probably flashy, yeah, because you're whipping a grenade and yelling out at them and everything. Definitely.
Okay.
And I think that technically, because what you're trying to do, I think we technically could use one of your stunts here. Nice dress, where because you're so pretty, you get a +2 when you're flashily solving a problem. I think blowing something up is solving a problem, right? I mean, technically, So yeah, let's go ahead and roll it. You get a +2 as well. So you're going to get the 4 dice plus your flashy, which is 3, +2 for your nice dress bonus. So that's a +5. So this could be a make or break moment. Okay. So that is a minus one, 4 total. So yeah, so you're 4. That's okay. You rolled the grenade, and the onion, and it. There's like some smelly smoke that comes out of it for a second. They all start crying. They all drop to their knees and are crying and just cannot contain themselves. They all are temporarily stunned, which means that they don't get a turn this round because you stunned them with an onion grenade. Because of that, they don't get a turn. So now up to your guys. Duchess Date, it's a new round. You could go again if you want, or you can pass it to somebody else. Oh, she's thinking she got something sinister brewing.
I believe in my team as much as myself. So I want Soldier's Lament to have some more souls.
Oh, yes. Soldier's Lament. You strut forward. There's a sort of sound as the sword approaches.
I take the empty. I'm going to jam it into the ground in what looks like a guard stance. And I'm going to wrench my arms back as I'm going to use a guard break. And there's this burst of energy around me.
I love it.
Which in game would send the opponent back. In here, it's definitely just going to damage these dudes. This is definitely much more of a forceful move.
Nice. All right. I love it. Yeah, you are just going to flex all your muscle on this, blow them all right up. Because they're stunned, yeah, you're going to get just a little bit of a bonus when you roll. You're going to get a +2 because they're stunned. They're pretty much just like crying, not having a fun time. So this is going to be a very high roll for you, I would assume.
Yeah, this is a +7 altogether.
Yeah, boy. Now
roll.
We're talking. No, that's
7.
Okay. That still makes it 7. I'll be honest, like the highest is usually like 8 or 9. So 7's really good. So, Soldier's Lament, as you do this, as you blast out, describe to us how you destroy these 6 that remain.
So, as he wrenches his whole body outwards, the eye at the center of the sword begins to glow brighter, and then the one at his chest glows. Those two energies seem to mix and then burst straight out as you just hear this resonant die. As there's this shield-like explosion around him that sends their bodies away and just melts them off into pixels.
I love it. Yeah, that's metal as hell, dude. I love it. Yeah, they just all collapsed out around. The combat comes to a close. You all take a moment. There's like a weird, as the trees all kind of settle back to normal. All that was so quick. And we cut away real quick to up in the tower. Hacksmaster, no! And he punches his fist down on a console, and over on the side, Percival, I said you'd never win. Science, fool! And Barrio's like, yeah, my girlfriend's coming, man. Yeah, I believe in her. Cut back to all of you guys. You guys are continuing to walk along, and on the bottom, level 1-2 appears on the screen. So you guys walk along. You're about half the distance now between where you were and the tower. What kind of things are going through your guys' heads right now? I mean, this is you've been pulled out of your own world. You're fighting these weird, creepy, monkey monsters. Chat wants to use a mullet as a weapon. That's amazing. And so, what do you guys think? What's going on with you guys as we kind of pick back up with you guys?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say when when the battle was done, camera just zoomed up from floor to face to me as I did like a little crouch and jump and end with a thumbs up pose. So I'm gonna be the absolute greatest, and then that's how the combat finishes. And then I call back Palamine. And then I just try to recalibrate and get those Dodecamon active.
Oh yeah, okay. So you want to try to mess with the watch a little bit more? So yeah, let's do another clever roll again, because that's kind of what the main focus we're trying to do with this. You could, if you want to take your time and really maybe everybody stops for a second, You could maybe argue for being careful about it because you're trying to really take your time and really kind of get it working.
Can I try for quick so we can keep moving?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so I'll roll that. Haha. 2.
Okay. Yeah, you continue to mess with the watch. You line up a few more things. You do see that the face does have 2 more of the little symbols line up. It clicks back into a certain way, and Palamine is just kind of loping next to you, or do you put Palamine back in the dodecahedron?
Oh yeah, I call him back.
Okay.
Come back.
So Palamine was pulled back into the dodecahedron. Do you have it, or do you put it back in the Digitwatch?
I'm gonna put it back in the Digitwatch for now.
Okay, you got it. Slurby, you're hungry, man. It's been a whole 20 minutes since you've eaten. I mean, what are you doing?
No, it's terrible. I think I'm keeping a sharp eye out for any particularly blocky farm animals that might happen to be roaming around in Craft World.
Excuse me, little guy?
Just in case.
Yeah, what's up?
Would you like any dates?
Slurby's eyes just get like real big, like real big, and he just looks at you, and you don't think that he interpreted that the way that you intended.
She has a boyfriend. No.
Here, okay. And then I pull out a bunch of dates on like a huge platter.
Nice.
You look starving.
That's really
We
good
had-
too, yeah.
There's a strange sound, and suddenly all the dates are gone.
No, she ate all the dates. I love it. Yeah, all the dates are suddenly gone off the tray. Neither one of you saw them disappear at all. There was like a weird like kind of sound, and then they're all gone for some reason. You're not sure what happened with that.
That's really weird. Here. And then I pull out a tray of parsnips. No problem.
You know, who's happy to have parsnips laying around?
We have to keep our energy up. We're a ragtag team and we won't let us stop us.
That's absolutely.
Slurby gives Noshi a look, and he's like,
You're a bastard. But game recognized game.
You can have the parsnips. I'm a fruitarian.
"Those parsnips are being digested, burbling
Right.
around inside the slime."
Definitely. Being in this world, this is different than your own world, Slurby. When you eat the parsnips, you're going to get 2 hearts back. You all notice that suddenly he looks a little bit more hale, a little bit better about himself because he ate stuff. And Noshi, you suddenly realize because you stole all those dates that you get 2 hearts back as well. Because here in Build World, food gives you life back. You know,
The hearts are visible around our heads, right?
they are visible above. Yeah, so you guys do see 2 of them light back up for each one of them. Yeah.
Oh, I'll take some, and I'll try to scavenge for some food.
All right.
Let's get these lights back.
So you want to scavenge for food, or are you just asking?
Well, I mean,
State has any more?
Yeah. What I said, scavenge because between Noshi and Slurby, you gotta get the scraps.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'll say, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can get 2 hearts back as well. Soldier's Lament.
I can't
feast.
consume actual food.
I'm gonna say.
my helmet doesn't.
Only souls.
I only eat souls.
I was just gonna say, do you only sustain yourself on the tears and the fear of your enemies?
I sustain myself on hatred and souls. And also my helmet doesn't come off.
Oh, nice.
If I concentrate hate, if I focus on hating and concentrate it at Soldier's Lament, would that be enough?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I was wrapped up in the moment.
If I focus on the emotion hatred and channel it towards Soldier's Lament, will that help?
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Let's try a roll. Let's let fate decide, shall we? I think this would be a either careful or clever roll. What do you think, Big? your approach would be on this?
How
How afraid of this guy are you, I guess?
I just think he's a weird Dodecamon, but he has faculties, so I'm not trying to catch him. He can talk. So
Smart.
I'd say, I'd honestly say clever, because you gotta decide how you're gonna focus on the notion of the emotion, hatred,
Okay.
throw an intangible hate ball at someone. So I'll say clever.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. Go ahead and roll it up then.
I'm essentially your world's scariest Mewtwo.
Right.
Whoa. 2.
Oh, 2? Okay, cool. So yeah, Soldiers Lament, you're gonna get 2 hearts back. As you just he focuses on the hatred.
Can I actually describe what I think happens?
Please, yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
So as you like are focusing all of the like as much as you can, there does appear almost in front of you this small roiling red orb, which slowly floats over to Soldier, who swings the empty backwards, and it almost seems to, you see the metal of it rivet and pulse as if it's trying to open before the energy is absorbed inside of it.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
No problem.
And as you all turn, you've all had this moment to kind of recuperate, kind of get your life back about yourselves. You're feeling a little bit better about yourselves. As you turn and kind of start to walk again, you all notice that behind you, all of a sudden, you're standing on a beach area. That's weird. We were like in a weird jungle before, but now it's the beach. And as you look on, you see that there are a couple of different nets around. There's some people that are jumping back and forth, knocking a ball on either side of the net out here. And then, Noshi, you get the really dreaded feeling of something familiar, and you look over across the way and you can see a large chair that rises up above the nets. And the large chair that rises above the nets, you see the lifeguard slowly stands up. He sees you, locks eyes with you. I'm going to compel your flaw that the lifeguard wants to spoil your fun all the time. Do you allow this to happen? Is it going to impede your guys' journey, or do you want to use a fate point to have this not happen? Or what do you want to do here?
Well, I mean, no, she's not one for hard work. So a fate point it is to avoid. He just kind of like steers everyone just off to the side. He's like, we just go this way. Nobody look that way. It's fine.
Okay. So you spend a fate point, making you down to looks like everybody went up to 2.
I'm at
because you
1.
completed the fight, so then you go back down to 1 yourself. Yep. And yeah, you kind of veer everybody off back out of the way into a different type of area. And as you're walking along, you actually notice that as you're walking this different direction, the tower is even closer. You apparently inadvertently came across some sort of shortcut, taking everybody off to the side like this. So you guys all continue to move closer towards the tower and the distance beyond. Now you can see it. It's not on the distant horizon to where you can't reach it. It's actually now, it looks like it's in the middle of like the ocean type of water type area. It's jutting up out of the center of that. And as you guys all approach this part of the beach that Noshi takes you off to, you see that the beach line kind of stops and there is water all around, the water between where you guys are on this little beach section to where that tower is. As you do this, you all notice that there are dark shapes that are moving about in the water below. You can see that there is a blocky, not quite triangular looking because it's made out of, pixels that look triangular, but it's not actually a nice sharp triangle. Up out of the water, it's moving back and forth as these dark shapes are moving back and forth in the waters of Brick Build World. So you guys gotta figure out how to get across the lake, the water, the ocean, whatever you want to call it. So another challenge that you guys have. It's going to have on the bottom, level 1-3 appears on the bottom of the screen.
The tower is just past the water, right?
It is, yeah.
On the grounds that Soldier's Lament is A, designed for a very specific purpose, B, has zero sense of reasoning capabilities, as he has no reason, and C, carries a big stick. In honor of my fellow shonen protag character, I'm going to attempt the most anime thing I could think the soldier would think to do in this situation. Is he's going to take the empty out, hold it at like base level of where the beach is and where the water goes, lift the blade and swing it directly down to see if he can split the water.
Amazing. Sounds like you want to use you want to compel your own flaw, which is that you can't see reason. So yeah, you can build that in there too. So you're gonna get a fate point for that. So you go up to 3 fate points. And yeah, so how are you doing this attack? Is this forceful again?
This is forceful. There's no methodology to this. Just swing blade down, see if it can do this.
Absolutely. While he's doing this, is there anything that anybody else wants to do to try to benefit the scene or help at all? Because we did determine that Crash lending emotions to Soldier's Lament seemed to help him. Is there anything the rest of you want to do? Maybe try to give him a boost some other way, or maybe use some sort of other abilities that you guys have? Or are you just so awestruck at this guy pulling out this huge giant sword and attempting to part the sea, as it were?
How many dodecamons you said had access to now?
You have access to 2 of them now. Yep. So you have Palamine already, and then you have the empty one that was already accessible. So now you have a third one that you haven't pulled out yet.
Okay.
So
great.
it could, Sid, if you want to narratively say it's some sort of water one, you could. If that's where you're going.
That's what I was coming with, but I want to see if Soldier Lament plan works first. I was just getting my ducks in a row.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, so go ahead. Let's roll it up then, Soldier's Lament. Let's see how you do. Forceful roll. You're going to get a plus. You're going to get a fate point +2 for using your compel that you did. So, yeah. Okay. So what's that total for us?
You said I get a fate point +2 on that as well?
Yeah, you get a fate point, which goes in your fate point pool. You can use fate points to re-roll or whatever. And then you have the +2 from using your compel. Absolutely. And then you get the bonus for your forceful approach.
Okay, so the +2 would just leave me with 2. Because I forgot to add that in.
Okay, that's okay. 2 total. So yeah, you bring the sword down and you hit it, and smack! It hits the water, and about maybe 30 feet ahead of you, it just slices through the water, and it cuts all the way down to the base of the lake, which is really only a couple of feet down. Weird, but it's only a couple of feet down. But it only goes about a third of the distance between where you guys are and to the tower with that roll.
I have an idea, gang. I can use my parasol, and we can hook up Slurby, and we could have you inflate really big. And if you guys all just hold on to my dress, I think we can make the rest of the distance.
How tall am I again compared to Duchess Date?
I think Duchess Date is maybe, 4.5 feet tall, 5 foot tall at the most. You're clearly like 7.5 feet tall. You're this huge, towering behemoth of a guy. You're like the barbarian, the big, strapping, scary guy.
I'm not going to question it.
Your armor is. I don't know how big you are.
I'm not going to question this. He's just going to listen to what she said, look to Slurby, look back to her, and just...
Yeah.
Noshi is going to speak up and go, why doesn't he just walk?
Slurby grins and begins to bubble a little bit.
After all those tubers, I don't think gas is going to be a problem.
He begins to swell, getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Amazing.
I hate this.
Amazing.
And with that notion, I wasn't afraid of Soldier's Lament, but
the Slurby though?
Yeah, Slurby just creeps me out, man.
Yeah, for sure.
don't know if I want to collect this Dodecamon. So I just
Right.
so I'm fiddling with the watch a little bit and got it. I don't know how much this will help, but this might be a better, easier way to cross. And I just extract that dodecahedron and throw it out, and out pops a lion turtle.
A lion turtle. Nice.
Yeah. And it just, I throw it out like 5 feet above the water, just weirdly. So it pops out the dodecahedron and just plops down into the water, and just big old lion turtle spins around.
All right. Yeah. So this lion turtle just kind of pops out. What's this lion turtle's name?
I had it. Didn't write it down. I was thinking about it. It's a lion turtle's name is. Oh, it was Lighter.
Lighter?
Lightur. It's a lighter. Yes.
Lighter. Love it. Okay. Yeah. Lighter. Like a lighter. I love it. Yeah. So lighter plops into the water as you guys are doing the thing with Slurby. So Slurby, you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think you expand out. I mean, are you going to your full expansion size? Or are you just going partial, or what are you doing?
I'm not really in here for moderation. No, we're doing the whole thing.
Yes. Slurby expands to easily be 50-foot diameter. Just this huge mass. You can actually kind of see through his skin a little bit because he's stretched so thin, and closes up his mouth. And Duchess Date, you take your parasol and he holds it, or you hook it on him somehow. How are you planning this?
I hook it in his mouth.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna poke him with a stick.
You poke him with a stick. Okay. Amazing. I love that.
It's something on the beach that is inflated and slightly translucent. What do you do with it?
Right.
You
He
poke
gets
it
a
with
ball.
a stick.
Absolutely.
Wait a second. How big is the lion turtle?
The turtle? Yeah. How big is a lion turtle? Well, this lion turtle. How big is Lighter?
This lion turtle. How to?
Is it basic, or has it evolved a step, or?
Is it Lapras or is it Magikarp?
It's Lapras. It's definitely Lapras.
Okay. Gotcha. So it's not gonna hold everybody, but it could definitely get some of you across. The two things together might be the best way to get everybody across, because there is 5 of you. So.
Okay, hold on tight.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna just get onto Lighter.
All right.
He took a single look at how that's functioning and just lion turtle.
So who's going where?
I'm sitting on Lighter's head, Luffy going Mary style, just on the mast.
All right. Noshi, where are you going?
I will clean after poking and it not popping. I assume.
Well, okay, so you really are going to poke him? Okay, I thought you were making a joke.
Yeah.
No, you really want to poke him? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll or anything, unless you're trying to do this stealthily and not have anybody notice that you're trying to poke at him. Okay,
No, not
so
stealthily.
Slurby, I'm going to do this. I'm going to compel a scene aspect here, okay? And you can give me a fate point to not have this, or you can accept a fate point and have this happen. The scene aspect is going to be, oh man, he popped him, which would basically be, he can pop you and you won't be able to flow across like this, and it kind of ruins your aspect of the plan. You'll get a fate point, or you can give me a fate point. That doesn't happen. The plan's going to continue with you and Duchess Date. This is kind of like before you guys are loaded up, so it's not like you're going to drop her in the water or anything, although that would have been a lot more fun. But what do you want to do?
I gotta say, I'm enchanted by the prospect of like a Looney Tunes style like balloon deflation, and I go flying off into who knows where.
Awesome.
Somewhere else on the beach, out into the water. I'm really not sure, but that
I love it.
I just love that idea.
All right, so you let this happen then. The compel goes through. Okay, cool. You're gonna get a fate point, and yeah. So Duchess Date, right as you're climbing up onto the parasol, and the other two of you are climbing onto the lion turtle to get ready to go across, there's a, and you see that Slurby just just starts flying all over the place. He goes back and forth, back far away, comes up close again, zips back and forth a few times over everybody's head, and then proceeds to go straight towards a different direction. I'm going to have Noshi roll. We're going to call this a flat-out flashy. We're going to see how all this does. However, I'm going to activate my boon that I got from Beth Masco. So you're going to get a Bane on the roll. Basically, you're going to roll your flashy to do this. And when that's all said and done, you're going to re-roll one of your dice. You know what I mean? To have it be hopefully more negative, if that makes sense. So,
Okay.
So, because I don't want him to go to the tower. I want him to go away from the tower. So
It's a 2.
a 2 total. Okay. And cool. So as you're figuring that out, that's 2 total. Go ahead and re-roll one of your dice to see if the plus becomes a minus or whatever.
Do I get to choose?
You're basically just going to re-roll a die, and whatever that is going to be added to.
Oh, okay, I got you.
thing. Yeah. A single die. So it's a
It's
plus.
a 3.
Okay.
total.
I think the nature of this being a Bane, it's not going to give you any more positives. It's just going to potentially harm you. It doesn't
So
say
it's a
that 'cause it's
2.
wordy. So it's still a 2. That's fine. So you pop him and you go flying out towards the castle. However, Slurby, you don't quite make it to the castle. You go in the direction of the castle, but you're about 50 feet that way. So when you go towards the castle, you're lined up with it, but you are down into the water and sploosh right into the water. And the rest of you all look in terror. And on the bottom of the screen, it says, "To be continue. Enter coins to continue, ? Let's take a 5-minute break. Chat wants us to kind of step back for a little bit, and that's cool. I was so enraptured with the story, I lost track of the time. So let's take a 5-minute break real quick. Please come back, hang out with our heroes. And remember, you can use your donations to give to children for extra life. You can give them Banes and Boons. You can give them cool other stuff. And hey, if you want to be crazy, if you want to say, do something like, I don't know, give us like $50 and say something like, Soldier's Lament sword breaks. I mean, it had to be a little more than that, but something crazy. You really want to affect with the game? Let's play around. Let's have fun. It's for the kiddos, okay? But let's take 5 minutes. Everybody, enjoy your time. We'll all be right back with more Save Game. Glass Jaws, that is Insidious, and I love everything about that. So, hey, we're back. Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for coming back after our short little break. We are continuing to play Save Game with 5 awesome players. If you are just joining us, where have you been all my life? Thanks for coming in here. We're playing Save Game. It's with Fate. We're using Fate Accelerated, which is a quick and easier way to use Fate. We're rolling some dice, we're having some fun, and we're trying to raise some money for kiddos who are in need. So if you got the time, if you got the love, like some of the other folks that have been in the chat, have been giving and helping out, you can do that. I was just saying that Glass Jaws, he... Yes, indeed. You shall see momentarily. But we had something that kind of came up in the break, which I want to adjudicate because we're playing for fun. We're playing with the rules, though. Tim reminded me that Noshi is everyone's favorite beach bum, which is his aspect. So he'd actually get a bonus to his roll. So even though there was a sploop Slurby going into the water because of that low roll, he gets a +2 from that aspect, giving it a 4 to the roll. So what happens is, as we kind of come back in, we see at the bottom, insert coin to continue, ? Credits 1 appears in its place, and we come back into the scene, and Slurby, as he pops into the water, there is one of these dark shapes beneath the water that he bounces off of and slurps back up out of the water, arcs over and lands onto the side of the tower and gets stuck there because he's kind of sticky and oozy and slimy, and he slowly slides down the side of it. All the rest of you see this from your vantage point of being back on the land. So we were in the middle of a plan, were we? That's just it. You're holding your parasol like... And the other ones of you, Soldier's Lament and Crash, were going to get onto the lion turtle named Lighter that Crash summoned. So Noshi, you're sitting there with a stick, like maybe, oh no, I didn't do it. And what's everybody doing now that one of the ways across is gone?
Good job, curious crew.
Right.
going to just look over to Crash, and I don't need to breathe, so if they need to hop on, and I'm just going to hop off.
Nice.
And I'm going to start purposefully marching my way towards where Slurby is just kind of in the water.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. You start walking along, and because he's so much bigger than the rest of you, would have been him and Crash were the only ones fitting on there. But because he got off of there, Crash and Noshi and Duchess State could all fit on the turtle because he was so much bigger than the rest of you. Slurby is, like I said, he's already across the way to the little island that's jutting up out of the sea.
He's so big, he took up the whole shell because I was sitting on his head. See?
That's it.
Whole shell.
He's a big
That
guy.
is outrageous.
He's a big guy. Alrighty. And so you all climb on board. You start going your way across the water. As you're going your way across the water, you see up above that there is that portal that is between the two tuning forks kind of spines off the top of the tower. It's slowly turns to regard all of you approaching. We cut inside a little bit to the top of the tower. We have Hexmaster is actually holding onto a portal like in the air, and he's turning it like a periscope. And as he turns and he angles it down, he sees all of you approaching. How can they keep approaching? Don't they know how awesome my power is? How I will expand to have all of their worlds into my domain? He turns to his two prisoners. You're supposed to clap and applaud at that. And they don't. He just, fine, be that way. He turns back over. He looks at what's going on. And in the time it's done to do this, because this is video game logic, you guys have started to close that distance and you're almost to the shore. When those of you who are on the back of the lion turtle, as Slurby slides down the side of the tower, those of you who are on the back of the lion turtle, those dark shapes in the water that I mentioned before, because Slurby bounced in and off of them, they took notice of the fact that there were some people around. So though the three of you are on the back of this lion turtle, these dark shapes are quickly approaching and coming in around you. So what you see is there are 4 dark shapes that are around you in the water. You're not sure what these things would be called, but Crash, you would guess that these things would be some sort of sharks or something, maybe even giant fish. But they are approaching and they are coming towards the lion turtle. So unless you guys want to use a fate point to intervene, I'm going to have them come in and attack you guys first.
How many fate points do we have?
Everybody right now has 2 except for Noshi has 1. And everybody has 2 except for Noshi has 1.
All right, I'll use 1. And I'm going to just turn to them and say, hey, now's not the time. And
Okay.
I did it.
I did it. You spent a fate point, yeah. And so you do, and actually if they come up, one of them is like coming up out of the water to bite onto your lion turtle, and you wait, hey, now's not the time. He goes, oh, okay, sorry. And he turns, and they all start swimming away, back away from you guys, leaving the way clear. You guys.
And so that's what everyone sees. But what the camera when the camera pans in, I mean, what they see is we go into a small box camera where we're one-on-one.
Okay.
And a menu opens up on the right side of the screen, and I just click. The cursor goes down to run, and I escape. It says escape successfully.
Absolutely. It blinks for a second on the bottom and then kind of swipes away. And when it swipes away, you guys are all on the beach of the small island that holds just this tower that juts up out of the water. You can see all the water as you are getting out of I almost said getting out of the boat. As you're all getting off of the back of the lion turtle, you look around at the water, and the water is dark. Kozy Bean's got a bunch of He-Man emojis. Emojis. Amazing. I noticed that it popped up on my screen. Amazing. Lost train of thought. You see that the water around the border of the base of where this tower is kind of bubbling a little bit, and it's got like a darker kind of color that you didn't really notice before. The tower above you all is this large looming place. It's got this terrifying presence to it, and as you all are getting up and kind of getting your bearings about yourself, Slurby down to the bottom of the base of the tower, and the 5 of you are reunited. Because this tower is so large and imposing, one of the scene aspects here is going to be, wow, it's creepy here. So, wow, it's creepy here means that is an aspect that we can invoke. Either you guys can invoke it, I can invoke it for flaws that will affect the scene a little bit. We were doing that before with the combat with the little critters, but we didn't really call it out that way, but I was doing that during narrative. But wow, it's creepy here is something to keep in mind. So, you guys have a tower ahead of you. There is a large portcullis that comes down in front of you all, and you hear a voice from within, "Enter, if you dare."
Oh, we dare.
When that voice says that, I look around, look at the portcullis, and said, "Wow, it's really creepy here." And continue walking forward. Oh, by the way, Lighter, come back. Put him back into the key.
You pull him up, you put it back into your Digitwatch, and as you put it back into your Digitwatch, we look around, and as you guys are all approaching, is there anything you all want to do before you enter into the tower proper?
No, she's looking for bananas and apples.
Ooh.
On this beach, since there weren't any on the other beach.
Absolutely. I think as you look around, you do in fact find some banana trees and apple trees nearby that are kind of perched on the edge of the island right next to the dark water, and you can see the apples and the bananas, eples and beninis, opals and bononos are all they've got like a darker kind of hue to them, like the yellow on it is not quite yellow. They're probably just overripe. They're probably just, they're on the verge of going bad a little bit, but they're still okay, I guess.
It's just the lighting.
Maybe. And actually, as you mentioned the lighting, you notice that because it is so creepy here, it's like all of a sudden it's like nighttime all around. That bright, beautiful sky that was around you all before is gone, and it's just this sinister, dark domain that you all have entered into.
Yeah, so this is what night is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hey, little Noshi guy?
Yeah.
Can I check your food before you eat it? It looks pretty suspicious, and I know a thing or two about gardening. I don't want you to get poisoned and die, not in my crew.
You're not going to eat it?
No, I have my own supply.
A fruit?
Yeah, I have more dates. Oh, I thought you'd never ask. Of course you can have some more.
Nice.
Yep. So they come off the plate and he just stuffs them in his shell.
Yeah, just take them and dump them. Yeah, absolutely. You take all the dates. You're saving them for later then? You're not eating any of them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Do you do anything with the apples and bananas? Apples and bananas? Apples and bananas?
I take a banana.
Uh-huh.
But I don't eat it.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to hold it.
Okay.
Kind of like a torch.
Sure. Okay. You got it. Alrighty. So.
I'm just, Soldier's Lament is just... He matches the aesthetic of this place a bit too well. So it's just kind of looking around at it like...
No, she passes by and says, "Man, you're creepy."
I know. I love the energy here.
You guys could swear that Slurby did not have teeth before.
It's like... I hate that.
I look at Noshi and Soldier's Lament, still halfway thinking that they're Dodecamon.
Yeah.
And I take out that one empty dodecahedron, and then Slurby says that, and I slowly just put it away.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to. I don't think I want to collect them all.
I'm going to move slightly faster so that Noshi is between me and Slurby, and head inside.
I love it. All right, Soldier's Lament, you take a point as you go into the tower first. As you go into the tower, there is, in fact, a dark presence here because it's so creepy. Everything in here is just dark shades of gray and black. Everything in here is just this really terrifying presence. But you've seen worse. you've been worse. So as you walk along,
worse.
right, there's nothing really that's making you freak out or anything like that. As you all are entering in, however, there is this presence. It just feels really heavy. It just feels like the walls themselves are closing in, cloying in around all of you. Does anybody maybe have, shall we say, an immediate fear of anything that would come to mind? How about you, Noshi? What are you afraid of? What does this tower make you think of?
Nothing he's experienced before. It doesn't smell like suntan lotion. There's no sand. The salt breeze isn't here. There's no apples and bananas. He's more I think just nervous than scared.
Okay.
Like, what else is here that he doesn't know?
Interesting. Yeah, for sure. How about you, Crash? What are you thinking about here? What is something that you might be creeped out about this place is making you think of?
It's reminding me of that one time where I visited a town and I went to Dodecamon cemetery, the tower, and we had to help clear out the tower of spirit type Dodecamons.
Sure.
So yeah, it wasn't my most favorite time, but it was an experience that I had, and it just reminded me of that time and how they would just pop out of walls to spook you.
Oh yeah. What about you, Duchess Date?
This castle's kind of eerie. I don't want to offend, but I'm not very happy with Hax anyway, so I don't feel like I need to be nice to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me of this one time when I was a little girl and I didn't get my way and I didn't get to do whatever I want, and it felt like this. I was forced to go in this drafty, frankly hideous place.
For sure. Folks at home can't see the chat that we're all sharing inside our video ninja, but Kozy, that's hilarious. On that note, as you're all kind of going in there and the shadows are starting to kind of cloy around you, I'm going to say Soldier's Lament, because you just inherently are aware of combat, of death, of battle. You see on the other side of the tower, when you enter into the tower was maybe 30 feet across, but now that you're inside here, it's bigger on the inside. You see that you're in a large courtyard type area, and you can see that everything here is just dilapidated, broken down, ruins almost looks like. This is an old, just half destroyed castle. There is a permeation, just darkness here. And you can see across the way, there is a huge, massive statue, easily 30 or 40 feet tall. It has a sword that it has stationed into the ground, buried about halfway up the blade, and it just stands there with its head lowered. And as you begin to approach, you see, I'm going to invoke, because it's creepy here, you see it suddenly raises its head, its eyes open, and there is some sort of undead malevolence within those eyes as it looks at you, as it meets your gaze. It tightens its grip on the sword, pulls it up out of the ground, and as it does, it brings it to bear. There is a bar of some sort that appears across the bottom of the screen, because you know what? I'm not against cheating and stealing stuff. Somebody in the chat said, hey, it's Dark Souls, boss. Yeah, it's Dark Souls. Why not? So here's a giant, huge Dark Souls monster. So Soldier's Lament, I'm going to say you have just enough time to react as combat breaks out all of a sudden as this huge, massive, terrifying creature makes its presence known. You hear all around you, from Hexmaster laughing from beyond.
He's going to step forward, swinging the blade like in a circle with one hand, as he does for the fight intro.
Yeah.
Takes hold of it. This is a wonderful place for me to carve your tombstone.
Yes.
And I'm gonna charge and swing at him.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Forceful all the way, huh? You're just going at it. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Yeah.
4. Where's my
Duchess Date is kind of looking over at him, like kind of checking him out.
Yes.
All right.
And again, I'm not opposed to stealing. So yeah, as you run up and you draw your sword, you do hear, and the words appear on the screen. Round 1, fight.
And
thank you, Glass Jaws.
Roll. 4.
4. All right. Yeah, so let's go. Let's do it. Here we go. So yeah, you go running forward, and as you do so, that giant sword, as it comes up to bear, it goes past his hand and kind of steps onto the ground. You can tell it's heavy. You run forward, you jump and move across the edge of that blade, jump up into the air, and with a huge downward strike, you slam into this creature. As that happens, you just see its whole form just from the impact, and that weird bar that's on the bottom of the screen you see depletes by about a 10th.
For funsies,
yeah.
The health bar that I have that normally looks like the hearts.
Yes.
As that bar appears, you see the heart shift over my head and form into a smaller green health bar.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, definitely. I love it.
And I'm going, and if we're going to pass turn, I'm going to pass turn over to Slurby.
All right, Slurby.
All right, so we got a pretty good melee going on here. So I think this is a good chance to be sneaky. Just a minute ago, I was chomping down on some of those swarm critters from level 1-1. So I think Slurby is going to sort of bump and shift and then split into 6 little different miniature Slurbies. And they are now going all over the place. There are like 2 of them that are like crawling up the walls to try to drop down on top of the monster. There's one of them that's like trying to like spit in its eyes. There's another one that's like going for a groin hit, just all over the place.
I love that. Absolutely. I love it. Cool. Yeah, so how is this flashy? Is this careful? Sneaky? How you doing this?
I'm imagining it is as being sneaky. I'm trying to take advantage of Soldier's Lament occupying his attention to fight really dirty.
Absolutely. It also sounds like to me you're using one of your stunts, huh?
Ooh, can I do that? What?
Yeah, sounds like you're trying to Xerox it, so you're going to pretty much, because you can imitate the things that you ingest, and you did ingest one of these creatures, you did in fact kind of split apart, so you're going to get a +2 on your sneaky roll, because you are imitating and taking their stealth capabilities out of them. So yeah, you definitely get a plus. So you're going to roll the 4 plus your 3 for sneaky, +2 for your stunt that you're using.
All right, here we go.
Love it.
So I see 4 successes on that.
Ooh, yeah, buddy. Okay. So yeah, you go for it and you split up, and all 6 of them go around. They start moving around. They try to overwhelm this creature, try to gather in around it. All of you going and snapping and biting in different areas all around it at the same time. You see that down below, that little bar depletes another 10th. And that is what you're doing. And you also kind of move in the main of you. The main you kind of moves into back in behind it to be in a better vantage point behind it. Who's taking initiative next, Slurby?
I want to give it to the NPC.
Oh, I love that. Here we go. Okay, so the NPC, seeing that Soldier's Lament just kind of reaves down into its armor, it just kind of slowly turns, and there's like this grinding sound as its upper body moves across its bottom. It takes that sword, pulls it up out of the ground, and swings it in a wide arc at everybody. It's going to go ahead, except for, I'm going to say, no, it'll be everybody, because Slurby, you're separated, so part of you will take this. So I need everybody to please go ahead. I need you to roll we're going to call this a careful roll to try to get out of the way partially of this attack that's going on, and see what happens with that. I need everybody to let me know who gets a 5 or higher.
Can I convince you to let me do quick as I tuck into my shell?
Yeah, let's do it. Absolutely. Anybody else have any
6.
approaches they want to argue?
Yeah, I'd argue with, but it doesn't really matter what I roll.
Okay. So, Soldiers Might got a 6, I saw.
It's a 5 for Slurby.
5 for Slurby, okay. Who else got a 5 or higher? Duchess State got a 5? What'd you get, Crash?
I got a 0.
Oh, a 0, net 0, okay. And Noshi, what'd you get with your quick? A 4, okay. As that sword wide arc swipes by, it hits all of you. Noshi, as it swings by, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Slurby, as it swings by and it hits everybody, all of your copies just kind of turn into this weird little slime drops all over the ground and start kind of inchworming their way back towards you. Everybody else who gets hit by the blade is going to take 5 damage unless you rolled below the 5, which was in fact Noshi and Crash. You're going to take 7, which means you go down to 0 hearts. One of your lives goes away. So what happens is you die, basically. So
I get hit, and I do that slow motion animated.
Yes.
And I fly backwards, and I start blinking.
Yes. Noshi, what does it look like when you die?
So the blinking is its uniform, but
Okay.
he's like halfway into his shell.
Yeah.
And it just flashes for a bit, and then he solidifies and lands halfway in and out of his shell.
Okay. As it does this, you guys lay there for just the briefest seconds, and then there's a continue, and it bounces, and you both stand back up. So whatever the soak through went of your damage gets carried onto your new body. So you're both going to be at 2. That's pretty much what's going to happen because it went over by it's 1 because it was 7.
Yeah.
So you're both at -1. So you have 5 hearts total, and down 1 life. Good to know. And those of you in chat, you can buy them extra lives with the power up of 1-up bonus. You can buy them extra lives. We already have Duchess State starting with 4 instead of 3 like everybody else because of that. So keep that in mind. If you want to make this even more fun than they're playing Dark Souls, they might need more lives. We'll see what happens. So since the 2 of you die and kind of come back a little bit, let's kind of shake back up the initiative a little bit. Let's go over to Duchess State, who did not die. What are you doing right now?
So I see the main boss guy is still attacking, or Slurby's still attacking the main boss guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from like a vantage point from behind. Yeah, all of his little copies all just got splattered. So you see him in the back. He looks really skinny, really small, but it's still him.
Okay. So I want to assist. Are there any other things attacking us, or just the boss?
Just the big boss guy.
Okay, then I want to pull. Let's see. I want to pull out my. I want to pull out an even bigger mallet.
Of course, yeah.
Yes, because now I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
And so Duchess State pulls out an even bigger mallet, and
Yeah.
she's gonna charge and just like get his ankle.
I love that. Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. So I think you're being forceful with this, right? You're just trying to just attack him flat out. You're just trying to smack him down. So
Yeah.
roll it up. Let's see what you got.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, that's just 1 negative on the die. So what'd you get with the total? Net of 0, unfortunately. Okay, so you come up with this huge giant mallet. You come running forward and you try to hit it. And when you do, you hit it into the creature, and the entire head of the mallet just shatters and flies all over the place. Shards of wood fly all over the place and just shatter. And it's not looking good for that.
Belinda! No! So rude.
Awesome. Awesome. So who's gonna go next, Duchess Date?
Did
Who didn't go? Put your hand up. That way we know. We'll help each other out. So Noshi and Crash.
yeah, let's see what Noshi's got now that they're back at full health.
Not quite.
Almost.
No, she's gonna like awkwardly get himself back all into his shell, and then just his legs are gonna pop out, and he's gonna do a running shell smash into this thing, where he's just gonna run up and do like start to do a front flip, but just tuck all the way into his shell and cannonball into this guy.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And he's going to do it as big and brightly as he can. He wants to be flashy as he does it.
Okay. Look at me. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Let's see what you get.
3.
3. Okay. Yeah, so you go for it. Yeah, you do the special power movement. As you slam into it, you see the creature again just kind of go and just move. And as it does, you see that health bar at the bottom go down another 10. Alrighty. Who you pass it to? Probably Crash, I assume. Or
Crash.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So Crash.
All right, so I get up and I just wipe the pixelated blood off of my face. So, all right, now it's time to get serious. And I turn my hat backwards.
All right.
And I get the dodecahedron, and the same thing I did earlier. I just toss it at the. So he's a boss, right? So he's a boss.
Yeah, this guy's like a mid boss. So yeah, he counts as a boss monster, even though he's not the boss of the game. He counts as a boss monster. Yeah.
All right, you got away. But all right, so I toss it. And I said, Palamine, delve, and I want to use sneaky.
Okay.
And I'll do it, and then I'll explain if I need to why sneaky. So he pops the dodecahedron slams into the boss creature, bounces off, and it pops open, and the Palamine.
I will say real quick, just to interrupt you. I'm not sure this is what you were asking before. Maybe I misunderstood. Your extra would work on this if that's what you were trying to get at.
Oh yes, that's what I was trying to get.
Okay, so I'm not sure if that changes how you want to narratively describe this or not.
No, I just need that health bar to go down to when it's a little bit.
Okay,
gotta follow the mechanics, man.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. Okay.
So yeah, use Palamine delve, and he pops out of the dodecahedron and starts, and a downwards dive towards the ground, starts spinning, and goes into the ground. X-ray camera will show him coming up and around the back of the mid boss and flying out of the ground to kind of spin and drill into his back.
Excellent.
So
excellent.
Sneaky is what I was going for.
Let's do it.
3. Roll. Dice. Wow. It teetered back to a madness. 1.
1. Okay. As you pop up around and you come in behind them to try to do this with your little critter with Palamine. Palamine comes up on the other side, and as it does, there's some sort of like jutting of the stone that pops up with it and knocks him. And he kind of flings off to the side. You see him kind of blink for a second, and he goes unconscious. He's not dead because he can't really die because he's a Dodecamon, but he does get hurt, kind of taken out for a moment. Because you are a coach and you have these little Dodecamon, you could choose to take his damage yourself. And he'd still be up.
Oh, that's what that says. Okay. How much damage did he take?
He basically took 4, which would knock him out, and he's only got like 1 life, so you have to fix him. I guess you have to summon him back in.
Yeah, gotta give him a potion. So I said, darn it, and Palamine, come back. and then I toss out a lighter.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll end the turn there.
Okay. So did you take that damage or no?
No.
Okay. So he took the
I
4.
didn't
You
take
summon
the-
him back.
Yeah.
And
So
you
he
throw
got
lighter out.
unconscious. I summon him
Okay.
back and I throw lighter out.
You got it.
I just
Got it.
I just need damage. Need some damage on there. I don't really gotta get up close.
Okay. Perfect. Alrighty. So that's everybody, correct? So as that happens,
Yeah.
there is behind where our Slurby behind you, where this thing was guarding, there is a doorway. You can see that there seems to be a bar across it, maybe like blocking it, keeping it shut. And as you guys are fighting this thing, you can see the bar starting to get pitted and rusted and kind of gross looking, like maybe its health is tied to the health of this creature. And then you see that on the side, there's these 4 alcoves on all different 4 sides of the room. And you can see that there are eyes watching you guys from the 4 alcoves. Maybe there's something else in this area that's watching all of you guys. But that's going to be the top. Who wants to take initiative? Who wants to dive in and be first for the next round? Next turn.
Really quick, Kev. I just want to keep an eye on that health bar. And I'm gonna wait till it gets like into the lower 10th.
Okay.
The last 10th of that health. Yeah.
Okay,
health
cool.
bar.
All right. And I saw Kozy's hand go up. So Kozy, what are you doing for us?
Okay, I have an idea.
Okay. I love ideas.
Okay. I have 2 different ideas. Is this boss guy from Dark Souls, do they happen to be royalty?
Sure. This is Prince Destructicon of the far empire of the Dark Blade. I'm sure.
Okay.
And I'm
Because
sorry,
I
it's
have
not Dark Souls. It's going to be Soul Depth or something. You know, we can't say Dark Souls. You know?
Right, of course. Yes, soul depth. Yes.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite new game, yeah.
Because I have a favored by the people. Because I'm royalty, I gain a +2 in cleverly interacting with other royalty.
Oh, yeah.
So I was wondering if I could
Shadow
try and
spirits.
flirt
I've been
with him.
scared.
And
You want to flirt with
him?
him?
Yes.
But you have a boyfriend. Okay.
Yes, but a girl gotta do what a girl gotta do.
I love that for us. Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you flirt? I mean, how do you approach this?
Duchess, what Duchess is gonna do is she's gonna tear like a slit in her dress
Okay.
that goes like up her leg a little bit, and she's gonna walk up to the boss right when he's distracted by the other guys, and then she's gonna like stroke, like, you know, start touching him and be like, "Hey, I don't know if you know who we are, but we don't mean you any harm. In fact, you know, you just look like such a big, strong, powerful man.
Oh my God.
And I just noticed that maybe we could have a little bit of fun together. And maybe if you would, you know, let us pass by you, maybe I could give you a date and not the fruit kind."
All right. Go ahead. You're going to roll. So what approach is this? This is probably going to be flashy, I would assume, because I mean you're just displaying, right? You're kind of showing what's going on. So yeah, do a flashy roll with your approach. You're going to get another +2 because of your stunt that you're using. So
Okay, so I don't have to use clever?
you could use whatever you want. Whatever argument you want to make for you can do. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm down with whatever you guys want to come up with for sure.
Okay, it says +2 when cleverly interacting with other royalty.
Yeah.
So I still can use flashy? Okay, then let's...
Yeah, so what happens is because you would use clever as the approach that you would use to add to the die, and then you get a +2 because of the stunt is how it would work. Man, these dice are so mean. This dice roll is so mean for fate dice. So that's -2 on the roll, but what was the total? 0 again. Okay. The big, huge Eben Souls, I think we called it in the chat, guy just looks at you, and he seems to just be a facade of just he's not moved by your plea. You notice maybe that your traveling companions are kind of doing this, but he has no reaction. He just kind of looks at you like, yeah, whatever, lady. And who do you want to pass it on to?
Well, I never.
Right. Worked on Barrio. What the heck? No.
Whoever wants to go next.
Okay. Who wants to seize it up? Noshi. Noshi's ready. Okay, here we go.
So, Noshi sees what you did. And he's like, looks at his legs, realizes they're not as pretty, and is like, no, but I bet you like to take it easy. And he is going to try to become everyone's pal.
Okay.
And persuade this guy that we're friends.
Okay.
Like, this fight never should have happened. This was a mistake.
Okay.
We're all a little on edge because it's creepy.
It is creepy, yeah.
And so, yeah, no.
Okay, so you're going to flashily try to persuade him. So go ahead and roll with your stunt bonus, your stunt boon.
A 7.
Oh, man. So you call out to this guy. We're going to call him Dark Prince because I don't remember what exactly that full thing I made up on the spot was. You call out to Dark Prince and you say, what exactly do you say?
Hey, dude, like, I mean, sorry about her. She's a little much sometimes. But
she doesn't speak for all of us.
And he like points at Soldier's Lament. And he's like, aren't you guys like on the same side? Like, this is your allies. Like, what's going on?
He looks at you. He doesn't speak. You just see that there's a look of acknowledgement in his eyes. Just kind of slowly nods. He looks at you, Soldier's Lament. He just gives you that nod that fellow gentlemen, fellow warriors give one another. And then he slowly turns. He points to the door and he says, "Go kick his butt, guys." And the door, you see that bar in the way, Slurby, just kind of goes, slides away, and the door opens to, it looks like some sort of elevator or like some sort of shaft that will take you guys up higher into the building. So at this moment, as you guys are getting ready to go in there, you hear something from out around you guys. You're not sure what the sound is. It's kind of like a deep kind of sound, and then all of a sudden there is a smash through one of the walls of the side of the tower, and a beam of bright yellow light with some sort of strange two-wheeled vehicle on top of it flies through the room, makes a sharp right turn, misses the wall, comes over to the next wall, does the same thing. It does this series of turns, missing the walls on every corner, and the figure slowly comes down to the ground around you guys, pulls up to a stop, and they sit upright on the back of this vehicle. They have this helmet that is this long cylindrical thing that comes down off the back. It's got yellow like tendrils down through it, conduit lines, I guess you could say, of power. And he touches the side of it. Sorry, I hit my microphone. He touches the side of it, and his visor pulls away. And he goes, "Hey guys, it's me, Kron. Don't worry about it. I've got your back. Let's take this guy out." And he turns to go towards the door. And as he turns to go towards the door, there is this massive pinkish purple beam that shoots out of the door and just power bombs right through the center of this guy, burning a huge hole in the center of his chest. And it goes through him, out the side of the tower, punching a hole through it. And you see he just looks down. Oh man, and he just falls over, and as he hits the ground, he just turns into pixels and goes away. Thank you, Glass Jaws. Adding to the narrative, amazing cool stuff. You see that when he pixelates and he drops all over the place, you see that there are these two little vials that clink, 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 clink down across the floor next to Kron's body. You do notice that the motorcycle vehicle thing is still there, though.
Oh, I jump on it.
Yes. All right. Noshi, you get on top of the bike. I don't remember what they're called in Kron.
Light cycles.
Light cycles. You jump on top of the light cycle, indeed, and
It's a bright bike.
Yeah.
bright bike. There we go. Bright bike. Yes.
How toyetic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the vials.
Okay. You pick them up. You've never seen these things before, but you know inherently that these are healing potions. These will restore your hearts.
I will take one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look to the group, and I'm just looking at their hearts to see who has the worst ones.
Right.
Yep, and I will casually toss one of the vials over to the Duchess, and I will look at the other one because I have one heart, and he's just going to hold it over his head and crush it.
Okay.
Because I can't drink anything.
Right. Just kind of pours down you. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm assuming that will heal me.
Yes, a character who is going to take in a healing potion is going to regain up to 3 hearts. If you've lost a life, you can only go to the max of that life. So you can't like go back over and gain a life back, but you could like heal back up to the top of that life. So yeah, you're each going to get 3 back. Duchess Date, do you drink yours or take yours somehow? However you not necessarily drink it, I suppose. Is that you give the other one to was Duchess Date, or did I mix it up? Okay.
So Noshi, when he gets on the bike, it transforms into a little moped.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And it's green and like has shells on it and stuff.
Absolutely. It looks like something out of that really famous game, Mario Kart, that came out a few years ago. It wasn't as popular as regular Mario games. Duchess Date wasn't in that, so it didn't sell very well.
But Noshi was in it.
Yes. So this is second nature. You've seen this thing before. The Bright Bike adapts itself into a Noshi cart for you, and you're ready to go with that. Absolutely. So that's a new aspect. You're gonna have you got a Noshi bike. That's a new aspect to the world. That you can invoke if we need to. We're not doing a lot of aspects, but normally you'd be adding aspects every scene, every encounter, and lots of stuff like that. But it's too fun not to have it part of the narrative. So where that big purple beam came out of and destroyed Kron, you see that elevator type thing, that the dumbwaiter, I guess you could call it, that goes up above, is there ready and waiting for you all. What do you all do?
I will definitely step inside of it, and he will do what he does in the console rendition of the game as opposed to the arcade one, when a similar elevator scene occurs, where he jams the sword into the ground and sits cross-legged at the center and just waits.
Yes, absolutely. And it is a long distance up. So I want to know, that's a great point, and I think I want to hear everybody here. In that part in the game where you're playing and you kind of wait too long to do something with your character, like how like Sonic taps his foot. Oh, I'm sorry, Screech taps his foot, or whatever. What is it that each of you do in your game when the player isn't really doing what they're supposed to be doing? Let's start with Slurby. What is it that you do when you're waiting?
Slurby is rather flatulent.
Of course.
If you leave him alone for too long.
All right. So yeah, you stink up this elevator. An aspect would be it smells really bad in here. It's just health worrying fumes up in here right now. How about you, Duchess Date?
So Duchess Date is looking at her reflection in the mirror, and she's kind of singing to herself.
There's some birds that.
I do what I want because I'm the Duchess.
Absolutely. How about you, Crash?
Crash just does the new capture animation. He just strikes a pose. A dodecahedron flies into his hand. He strikes a pose, saying, "I just caught it," and capture complete. And that's what I'm just saying. Every second, every animation, every loop.
Absolutely. And how about you, Noshi?
So Noshi, now that he's on his moped, has a different one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So they tried to get fancy with the game, which succeeded and failed, which is part of the reason it didn't sell very well. So his animation is that he tucks himself into his shell and then pops back out backwards, so that his shell is where his stomach is, and he like does like the hey, and then goes back, and then is back to the front. And this happens if there's a delay on it. So while Crash is like a steady one, there's an occasional glitch on Noshi where sometimes he doesn't come out and go hey, he just kind of comes out a little bit and then pops back in.
Right. Okay.
So
Absolutely.
various iterations of that happen.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Very cool. So yeah, it's a distance as you guys approach the top. We are coming up near the 11 o'clock hour, but I was messaged by Jeremy that said, finish the story when you finish. So we're just going to go about 10 minutes over, but we are here for it together, everybody. We appreciate everybody hanging out and watching and doing all the cool stuff with us. This is some last minute chances to kind of spring up this game, put some cool stuff. Glass Jaws isn't done, everybody. There is some more stuff coming. So let's get ready for this. Let's get ready. That's Avenge Kron, Kozy says in the chat. I love it. Alrighty, so the dumb waiter takes you guys up to the top. You all pop out of your idle animations, and there is another doorway in front of you. And as it opens, you look into the doorway, and what you see is that it is a large round room, stone and brick, and maybe the occasional metal pipe or something that is nearby. It looks like an amalgamation of all of your different worlds combined together into this one room. You see on the far wall on either side, attached to the tuning fork that looks out over the world. On one side is Percival, on the other side is Barrio, and Percival says, oh, it can't be. And Barrio goes, hey, baby! And they say this both at the same time, so they kind of bleed over one another. As you guys all enter within the room, you look and you can see that portal that is like the bottom of the periscope, it's angled at a weird way that it looks like it's been neglected. It's like it's done as over with, so it's kind of just pushed out of the way. And you all look around the room, and as you all enter within, what is it you guys want to do? What's your first thing of action? I mean, obviously it doesn't look like there's anybody here, but
I mean, no, she's gonna gun it.
Okay.
Just
okay.
Into the room.
Yes, on the bright bike. Anybody else going into the room right away? Speedily like that, or?
Can we do a dice roll to check, like, clever or something to see where the boss is? Or, like, if it's safe?
Yeah. I love that.
Anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like any traps?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, anybody who wants to, go ahead and make a clever roll just to see if you can notice where the boss might be. Remember, if you have any sort of stunts that lets you look around or notice something or find tracks or hunt or anything like that, you can use those too. So, yeah.
While everyone's looking around, I'll once again try to get one more Dodecamon available.
Okay. So everybody else is going to roll clever for their noticing, I guess you could say. You're going to roll. Are you rolling clever or are you rolling careful?
I'm gonna roll careful. I'm gonna roll careful.
Okay.
Not in as much of a hurry because everyone's still doing things.
Sure. Okay, so what did everybody else get for their clever rolls for noticing if there's a boss or a trap or anything going on? Soldiers and Men's got nothing. How about Slurry?
Come back to me.
Sure. How about Noshi?
He has a 1.
Okay. How about Duchess Date? 2. Okay.
Goose egg for Slurpee.
2, you said? 0. Okay. Goose egg, we must have said. Okay. And what did you get for your Digiwatch roll?
I got a 4.
4. Okay. You unlock the Digiwatch the rest of the way. All of the 12 spots are open. You can use them if you need to. So you got a whole array, a whole zodiac, as it were, of your creatures. Except there is that one that is empty that we mentioned before. That ties into your extra. So then you've got everybody else notices around. Don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Everything seems peachy keen. So Noshi goes blurring into the cavern, as he mentioned, on the back of the bright bike. As he cuts through the center of the room, there is suddenly a shimmer in the air, and everything explodes into bright pink and purple pixelations as the entire room blows up. It kind of explodes and then implodes back in on itself. Noshi, unfortunately, because you're right in the center of it, you're going to need a fate point to not have this happen to you. Everybody else can potentially make a roll, but you're right in the center of ground zero, as it were. So let's start with you. Do you want to do anything about this, or you want to take it?
I'm going to take it.
Okay. Noshi, I should remind everybody, is already 1 life down, according to my notes here. So Noshi, as you take the hit, you're going to take 6, which I believe puts you over to a next life. So Noshi explodes. Noshi blows up. Noshi goes away. So when the explosion goes out and kind of comes back in, you just see Noshi's shell with him half in, half out of it like he did. And then there's a blink, 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 continue, and one of his lives gets absorbed. Ding, 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 ding. Hearts appear above his head again. The rest of you, I need you to either make sneaky rolls or quick rolls to try to kind of deflect some of this. You're going to need 4 successes or higher to completely negate it. Anything that's lower than that, you just take partial damage of that 6 that he took, which will be 3 basically, for those of you keeping track at home. So who got higher? Who got 4 or higher? Crash. Bandicoot. Oh wait, no, that's copyrighted. That would be Trash. Scoop your poop. I don't know.
Bandicoot.
Bandicoot.
No, I like Scoopy Poop. They're both good.
They're both good. Nobody got 4 or higher except for Crash? Okay, that's fine. So Crash, you are just going to take... Crash, you're going to succeed. I'm sorry. So Crash, you are going to negate. You kind of dive back out of the way because you're messing with your watch and everything. Everybody else is going to take 3, except for Noshi. You took that 6, so you don't have to take more. But everybody else takes 3 from that explosion. And now what you see is the entire top of the tower is gone and open. Just this wide expanse. You can see the air, all the sky around you is pixelated as the hacks has completely been hacking away at this land as you guys have all been fighting your way through Build World. And as you've been doing this, you can see in the far distance, at the far distance, there's some sort of cubicle creature, some sort of monster that is very long. It's got dark colorations, bright purple amethyst eyes, and it slinks through the sky like a giant serpent with wings as it comes in towards all of you. And you see in the middle of the tuning fork between your two companions or enemies or whatever you want to call them is the Hax Master. He is dressed like an old wizard of old. He's got a bald head. Entire one side of his face is all covered in metal with a robo eye, reminiscent of a certain other fighting game that Soldier's Lament wasn't involved in. And then he's got a big long robe that is this purple amethyst color. It's lined with these jewels that are all pulsating and glowing in time with the splitting of the pixelated sky above. And at this moment, as you see all of this, as you see this giant dragon, the Build Dragon coming in towards you all, it's a creature of this world, the end boss of this world that's been summoned. There is something else that starts to happen. There is a strange swirling of yellow energy that it appears directly next to Noshi. And as it does, you see that there is a man that steps forward out of it. He is also dressed like a wizard. He has long golden robes. He actually has a semi-bald head as well. And as he steps forward, you hear a voice from somewhere, "Yellow Wizard has been activated." And he steps forward, and as he does, everybody gets a little distracted. There's a lot going on right here. So right now, I'm going to say baddies are going to go real quick. But Noshi, you're right there in the middle next to this guy. I just want to make a note of that. Bad guys are going to go. So Haxmaster is going to go first. So Haxmaster pretty much just looks at all of you. "I knew you would fall into my plan. I needed all of your souls to make sure that I conquer all of Video Gamia. And now you are here. I will claim you." And then he is going to again gesture and he flexes his hands, and Barrio and Percival both go, "Ugh!" as purple energy comes out of their chest and into Haxmaster, and he looks like he gets a little bit stronger. That's what he's doing. So,
oh my God, we have souls?
Heaven souls.
Mario!
There we go. Who wants to go first? I'm going to say, just for the nature of what's going on, no, she doesn't go first because he's unconscious right the second. But I mean, he's coming too. But what's everybody else want to do?
If I spend, because I have not used a single one of my fate points.
Oh yes, fate points.
I want to ask you of something, DM, because I have a very, very specific thing my character can do.
Okay.
However, this specific thing that my character can do would have only worked in one very specific combat encounter.
I see. Okay.
I would like, if I use my fate points for this specific thing, to instead just do a lot of damage.
Interesting. Okay, so what's the thing you want to try to do?
I would like to attempt to use This Round Goes to Me.
Oh, you're extra. Okay. Yeah. So what that normally does is, you know what? How many fate points do you have? You have 2?
I have 2.
Yeah, you can spend your 2 fate points. We'll have it go off, and we'll have it the effect get altered. So tell us, how does this go down? Normally what this does is this is going to clear all non-boss enemies that are working for the boss off the field, all minions, I guess you could say, off the field, but none are here, so you want to use it in a different way to kind of break down the boss. So tell us how this looks.
So seeing Percival's soul be pulled free, Soldier's Lament is going to hold up the empty, and it pulses again as it did the first time it consumed that bit of hatred, and the bandages around it fall away as the metal on the inside splits open and shifts into this bone-like jaw. As the same purple energy forming from the eye begins to glow brighter, and it starts to shoot down the center almost like a railgun as he swings the weapon out.
Yes.
And sends that energy directly forward towards both Hackmaster and the dragon.
I love that. So, as part of that extra, when you cinematically describe it to the game master, you get a fate point. So you're going to get a fate point back from that. As you bring it down towards Hackmaster and the dragon, they are both going to take 6 points of damage. So you see it slam through. It lances right through Hackmaster. Some of those crystals that are on him kind of glow and flicker with it, but it slams through him. It shoots past him through the air as well, slams right into the Bender dragon that just kind of gets hit, and it continues to swirl. Thank you so much, Sag, for hanging over. Guild Superior just rated us. Thanks for hanging out. You guys rock. They're doing their own fundraiser as part of this, 14 days? I think they're doing a fundraiser for Games for Love, which is really cool. You should check them out as well. They're a great group. Happy to see you guys. We love you guys. This is cool. We're just finishing up some cool save game. They're in the final boss fight on a video game inspired world, which reminds me, level 1-5 boss fight appears in the bottom of the screen, and it's going to go ahead and as it lances out, it slams into the Bender dragon. It slams into him, and they both take that damage. You can see they're both like, oh! The Bender dragon, you actually see there's a heart above its, a little dragon symbol above its head that blinks out as it keeps flying through the air.
As he plants the newly changed sword down and this energy clears away, you see that the back of the armor has been torn free, and you see this pair of tendril-like wings curling out, as the helm is also opened equally into this toothy maw.
Heck yeah.
As he looks over directly towards Hackmaster. More. Need more souls.
Love it.
And now I will pass turn over to let's do Crash.
Okay, Crash.
All right, so it's a team battle, and like just in time, and I get press some buttons on the watch, get a dodecahedron out, and I toss it. It's your turn now, and I toss it up to Nair Taskmaster. And it pops open, and what pops out is like a stocky wooden puppet. It looks extremely solid, but it has a blank face. So it's shaped like a humanoid, but it's obviously a wooden puppet. It's wearing an all black gi.
Okay.
And he pops out and lands and gets in a stance, and I yell out, "Ip Man, get up close and personal." And
Yes.
and Ip Man runs up to Hacksmaster and just starts laying into him.
Yes, absolutely. He's just a flurry of just hand movements that are just impossible to be seen. Go ahead and do a forceful roll, or maybe even quick. I mean, it's Ip Man we're talking about here. It could be a quick roll.
I'll take quick.
All right. Roll.
As he lands out, just runs up really quick, does a spin with elbow to the back of the head, and then a lot of quick punches and such. 4.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, so he comes out. He just does this flurry of blows, just slamming down into Hacksmaster. Just you see him just getting buffeted, and he is not having a lot of fun. At this point, I'm going to interject, if I may. The yellow wizard who appeared, he looks at you all. It looks as though you all are in need of healing. Perhaps I can be of assistance. And he holds a cube up, and he pulls out. Here's a cheeseburger. Tosses it to Slurby. Here's some sort of weird bleeding heart of a victim. Tosses it to Soldier's Lament. Gives Duchess Date some cupcakes. He's going to give Sid some celery stalks. And he reaches down to Noshi and he touches his forehead. And when he does, there's a glow. Noshi, you come back. You're all going to get, because your super healing is going to give you all, you're all going to get 6 health back. That is going to boost you up above a life. If you are below a life, you can go back up to a life. And and kind of be back in that higher state of what's going on. And you hear that voice again, and it says, blue, red, green, orange, and black player need health, as he's giving you guys all the food. So, with that being said, again, we can thank Glass Jaws for the super cinematic final battle, because donations, amazing. And let's continue on, shall we? There is one more trick up his sleeve that he is doing for you all, and it might come into play very soon. As Hacksmaster, getting buffeted and slammed by all of this, he looks at this wizard. He says, "Be gone with you!" When he waves his hand, and the wizard gets pulled back. No! He just gets disappeared. And as he gets disappeared, you all feel a little bit better. Hacksmaster is like, it is my turn to turn the tides. And he raises his hand, and this big buffed, looks like a genie who's been hitting the iron, comes up out of the ground. He says, "Game Genie, destroy them!" And all of you notice that there is like a weird, hex that comes down on all of you. The hex is affecting all of you. You're all got brief purple and pink outlines for a second. So, who was going to be next? Slurby.
I think Slurby is going to try the best that he can to shake off the hacks, because he has something in mind.
Ooh.
He's going to sidle up to Duchess Date, and thinking about that enormous mallet that got shattered, he's going to twist and contort until he himself becomes a big, dripping, oversized mallet of slime, and says, "All right, baby, let's beat this sucker till he'd be lucky to appear in a golf game."
I don't like anything that's happening right now on both sides. I just wanted to be known.
Amazing.
Oh man.
Alrighty.
Is his face at the head of the mallet, or is it on the stick?
Oh, it's right on the face of the mallet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Alrighty. Yeah, you turn yourself into a mallet. I love that. I might even make you roll for that. So Duchess Date, I think you got to be next. You grab a hold of the mallet, heft him up.
Well, if you insist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then Duchess Date is gonna charge the. He's gonna charge Hacks.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Right.
Flashily. And she's, Flashily.
Mhm.
And then also, can I do a +2 when solving a problem?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I already used that one time. Okay, so she's gonna grab a hold of Slurby, and she's gonna kind of kind of like her two hands, she's like, oh, wishes she could kind of plug her nose a little bit because he still smells really strongly.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then she's gonna grab it, and then she's gonna sing she's gonna sing her theme song, right? Or when she's excited or when she's stressed or whatever, she's gonna be like, onions, parsnips, turnips, dates, they're the things that make life great. And then she's gonna go.
Yes. I love it. All right, go ahead and roll if you could, please. Let us know how that goes down. I'm going to give you another +2 because Slurpee's kind of helping you by being a big, huge, giant hammer mallet thing. Fingers are crossed. Moment of truth. Let's go. Oh, snap. That's a 6 total? Oh, my goodness. Alrighty, so you go forward, and as you run forward, you have this moment of victory. As you come in with the mallet, you go to bring it down on Hacksmaster, and right as you're about mid-swipe, there's some sort of dagger he pulls out of his robe real quick, and as he pulls it out, there's like sand that swirls in the handle of it, and you feel yourself move backwards to where you were on the other side of the room before you charged him. I need you to re-roll because Glass Jaws made it so that each of you have to make a re-roll during this fight. So you need to re-roll, unfortunately, and let me know how that goes for you.
She's gonna get an 8, and you're gonna be upset that it didn't work.
Oh no, not as great.
4. It's still good. It's still good. Not as great, but still good.
So now you kind of, and as you move forward, that pink energy that was around you kind of falls off of you, and you run forward. And this time when you bring the hammer down, it comes out, and as he's reaching for that dagger, it just hits the air in front of him. Some of the crystals on his robe just explode and fall off of him. Not quite enough to do full damage, but I'm making a note that you did take away some of the crystals, which is part of the actions going on here. So that's what's going on with that. And then it's going to be, who's next?
Do I pick?
You get to pick.
Okay, can Slurpee get extra bonus action since they helped me on my action?
Yeah,
or is that
let's
their
do
whole
it.
action?
No, let's do it. Yeah, you can have Slurpee go do something else. Sure. Teamwork makes the dream work, everybody.
All right. I think Slurpee will turn back into his usual slimy self.
She still got a hold of you. So.
Yeah, basically transforming out and giving Duchess Date like a little bit of a high five there. Good team effort.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is going to sort of make this hacking noise and then spit just a whole stream of digestive juices all over the Hacksmaster.
Amazing. All right, go ahead and roll.
All right.
How's your approach on this?
I think I'm going to do this quickly.
Cool. I love the creativity this game brings out in players. It's amazing. I mean, you guys are all great players anyway. I knew you're all creative anyway, but it's really cool to see you guys all leaning into this stuff.
2 on that.
2. Okay. Because of Glassjaw's roll, you need to re-roll and take the lesser of the 2, which probably, who knows what's going to happen. But if you could, don't mind re-rolling, please. It's for the children.
Well, the re-roll is 3, so...
Okay, so we'll stay with the 2 then. So yeah, you come forward and you try to spit at him. You do spit it, and it goes forward. It kind of slimes down onto him. It doesn't make contact with his face or anything. But, yeah, spit on him. You're going to show him what's up. Who's going to go next?
I want to see Soldier's Lament do some more damage.
Oh, snap. Soldier's Lament.
So in his in this new critical edged powered form,
Critical edge.
I'm going to the wings are going to lift him off the ground, and I am going to There's. I'm gonna roll a die to figure out if I'm going to attack Hackmaster or the dragon.
Okay.
Odds, it's Hack, evens the dragon.
Alrighty. You ruined my shoes.
That landed on the ground.
Oh man, the
Choose
suspense.
Spider-Man. Odds. I'm going to move my body down, and as I shoot towards him, the one wing is going to spin, and I'm just going to rotate my entire body like a drill.
Yeah.
As I use quarter spin AB and try to drive myself into him.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna say this is a little bit flashy.
Yeah.
We're gonna say this is flashy. Roll. Come on. Goose egg. I have a fate die. I'm gonna use my fate.
Fate die to reroll. Okay.
Four.
And Glass Jaws is going to make you re-roll, unfortunately. So. I can tell Glass Jaws is just sitting there. Yes, good.
It's a goose egg again.
Oh, no.
Glass Jaw.
All right.
The hacks, they're so powerful.
This is going to be the new thing on this channel. Just Glass Jaws.
Glass Jaws.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, you move forward and you try to bust out the empty, and it's starting to be full of all the souls that you have vanquished over all these years, and you bring it down, and it is not enough. Hacked Master actually teleports to the other side of the room, phasing right through all of you, and lands over by the door where you all came in. And things are not looking good for you all. I believe it's just wait, is that everybody?
Noshi.
Noshi has to go.
I'm gonna pass my turn to Noshi, and as I land back onto the ground, swing the blade out, which it now noticed that the sword is what's talking.
Oh yeah.
As just finish him, turtle.
Finish him. Alrighty, Noshi, what do you got for us?
He's gonna look at Nightmare like I did it.
Soldier's Lament, we mean.
It's what it is.
Soldier's Lament like a nightmare.
Yes, it does. Yep.
Yeah, and he's gonna just like not know what to do, so he's gonna glance at Slurby. He's gonna get this real, like, his face is already green.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to go greener. Like, it's kind of sickly green now. And he's gonna run over and try to bite the Hackmaster.
I thought you were gonna say Slurby. I'm like, what?
No,
Yeah. Okay.
But he's gonna run as he's running over to him. He's like, "I'm not gonna like it, but I'm gonna bite you.
Nice.
And then if you hurt me, just like be gentle."
Mm-hmm.
And his flashy attack that he's gonna have to reroll anyway.
Okay. So you're going to go ahead and use your one stunt, Super Eater, which allows you to, when you are going to forcefully attack. Are you forcefully doing this?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misheard you then. Never mind.
No, not the stunt. The stunt says I can't. It only works on non-bosses.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's true. But we could play with that if we want to.
All right. Well, then it's the same roll then. So it's a 3 or it's a. It's a 1.
Okay. It's a 1. So
it's a 1. Glassjaw.
Glassjaws. Yeah, you go for it. You try to bite onto Hack's Master. You saw him on the other side of the room. You run over towards him. You try to bite, and he just phases through you. Just purple energy just kind of slides off to the side. It's not looking well for you. You guys are having a hard time. Hack's Master's going to go now because that is everybody, correct?
I didn't go to this turn, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Crash. I thought you did. My bad. See, I'm glad we're working together. Make it.
So you said there's a dragon out here, right?
There is a dragon flying around in the air.
Captain.
Yeah, it's like making moves around the top of the tower. Yeah.
And all right, so I look at Hacksmaster. I look at everyone whiffing. I see the dragon looping around. So I quick camera pan, close up. All right, and then I turn. I'm gonna invoke my extra. I choose you. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and capture this head dragon.
Absolutely, yeah. So that empty dodecahedron that you've been carrying around this whole time, you pull it out, you flick it open, and when you hold it out and you toss it towards the Bender Dragon, it spins through the air, and as it does, you see that blue energy lance out, grab it around the throat like a leash, and just start pulling it back. The Bender Dragon's like, just kind of struggling.
Get in there.
Yes, you yell out, and then it closes around the Bender Dragon, and it drops back down. You catch it out of the sky. There's a little bit of a smoke effect off the outside of it, and Hacksmaster goes, "No! How dare you!"
The top part goes from like a pale pastel blue to a little darker cobalt to indicate it's full.
Absolutely.
I say, "You're in for a world of hurt," and then Itman, come back. And I return Itman, and I throw out Dronzer, and let's get it.
All right. Throwing everybody out. You got it.
And
so go ahead, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just toss out my newly acquired companion.
You got it. All right. So Hacksmaster
got that dragon.
Got that dragon. I love it. The Bender Dragon is yours. So Hacksmaster looks at you all. You just don't know when to quit, do you? And he looks at the game genie. I'm sorry. He looks at the game Jin, and he snaps his fingers for it, and he comes floating through the air, and opens up his hands, and light streaks all around all of you. There is that same kind of explosion that happened when Noshi got hit, but this time it's even larger. It brings down in the sides of the tower and kind of smash down in around all of you. Everybody is going to take 8 damage.
I forgot the Jin was there, or else I would have caught that.
Oh, there we go. As you take that damage, some of you might actually get below your heart. So who actually dies and comes back? Probably everybody, I would assume, because you have 6, right?
I'm pretty sure everyone does.
Okay. So everybody goes down, and it bounces around. You all kind of start coming back to life. As you start kind of coming back to life, you see that there is an opening in the air right in front of the game genie, and that old man in the wizard robe steps out again. You can't get rid of me that easily. And he's going to snap his fingers, and he holds up the cube, and as he does, you all feel magical energy come out of it. And he says, "The cube will defend us all." And as the energy comes out, swirls down at all of you, you all get hit with energy. This is Glassjaw's final contribution to the fight. You all have invincibility for the rest of the fight because you all get the invincibility power up. You cannot take any damage until the end of the encounter. So, cinematically, how do you guys end this? What's going to go down? You all jump up. You feel rejuvenated. It's like at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy when they're all got the energy flowing around. They're all looking badass, holding hands. Maybe you guys aren't holding hands. I don't know. But you're all together in this moment looking at the Hacksmaster. No, it cannot be. No, as you all stand up. So one by one, tell me what you guys all do to bring this guy down to his knees and or vanquish him forever. Duchess Day, you got something looks like?
Unless Noshi has an idea, I was thinking I get my parasol and I drop everyone on him.
I love that.
I like that. Before we do that, Noshi goes into his shell, it drops down, and he starts to spin.
Yeah.
And bananas and apples start to fly out.
Yeah.
And everybody is fully healed.
And dates.
Dates.
And then there's a few dates at the end.
Yeah.
But it hits everybody and somehow heals everybody.
Yeah.
Then people
And-
aren't sure if it's poop or dates.
Right.
Yeah. Well, no, it's definitely not poop because
I love it.
other reasons. And as Noshi heals 2 hearts,
Mm-hmm.
2 hearts are removed from Hackmaster.
Ooh, that's right. That's right.
As I use
Extra, baby.
food fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Cool. All right.
I have to ask: is the boss at 2 or less hearts?
He is. Yeah, he is now. This is it. This is the final
I
moment.
get a fate point. Yay.
Yes, you do. I love it. I love it.
I have a strange question as we're doing this whole shebang.
Sure.
Specifically for Slurby. Now, knowing what Slurby is based off of, if Slurby consumes something, is this prior to him being able to use their abilities?
Oh no, he does that. That was one of his stunts he did earlier. That's how he got sneaky and was moving around, how he split.
So
split apart.
Soldier's Lament is going to look at Slurby,
Oh god.
and he's going to swing the empty directly into his mouth.
Okay. Slurpee, do you let this go down? Yeah, oh yeah, okay. He's gulping it right up. I love it.
And as soon as it's gulped down, the armor that is Soldier's Lament breaks apart and then reforges itself around Slurby as a... I'll let you
Yes.
describe now what
Yes.
the empty officially looks like in the hands of the nightmare fuel that is Slurby.
No. Why did you do that?
So, in case you all were wondering, Slurpee was Nightmare Fuel before. Now he's the Nightmare Fuel.
Yeah.
It's the new form of Slurby's Lament is
Slurpee.
kind of like a it's almost like a suit of animated armor, but where it should be empty, it's just dripping green slime, and the sword, the empty itself, is almost just more of like a disgusting like pool noodle of slime. It's oversized, it's bubbling. It's somehow like manages to be jagged at the same time.
Okay.
Because we're still doing some creepy stuff here. But,
There's still the teeth coming out of it.
oh,
Yeah, right,
definitely.
yeah. All twisted up.
Like a mimic.
Right. Yeah. Love it.
So I think at this point, Slurby's Lament advances on the Hacksmaster. He says, "So you like using trainers, huh? How about these trainers?" And he kicks him right in the groin, and then brings the sword down on his head.
I love it. Brings the sword down on his head. I think while this is going on, Duchess Date said she wanted to drop everybody on the parasol. So yeah, she's kind of floating down from the parasol after dropping everybody. And I think as he brings the sword down, he starts slicing into him. You see him start splitting. The parts that are splitting have that weird, like, pixelated form between them as they're like they're falling apart. Crash.
Yeah,
What are
while
you
Slurpee was going through his magical girl transformation,
Yes.
what I did is once again I captured the dragon, really summoned him. So once again I turned my hat backwards and Pokemon 2000 style, I run up to Hackmaster and just punch him right in the sternum.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do anything. And the dragon comes and just flicks him.
Right. Absolutely. Twink. Yes. As the Bender Dragon comes out, smacks into him, the Bender Dragon flies around for a second. You all watch as the Hacksmaster gets split apart. The Hack's pulling away at him. And as he does, you see a whole bunch of pink souls. And there is an Asian man who pops in from the side. I believe that is trademarked. He just kind of shrinks back into the shadows again. You hear somebody from above, oh no, we can't say fatality. Finished move from some person up above. And with that, Hacksmaster disappears. All of the weird, crazy mess problem with the hacks above you all fades away, revealing it back to be Build World. You guys are at the top of a build tower, and you look around and you can see Percival behind you. He is fully healed. He looks rejuvenated, long, blonde, luscious hair. nicely dressed like a noble of some sort, and standing next to him is Barrio. And Barrio comes up to you, Duchess Date. Hey, baby, I knew you would come save me. Thank you so much,
Mario, we need to talk.
What do you mean? What?
This is the second time I've had to come save you.
Oh, man. Well, I was in the right castle this time,
Also, there's someone tall and dark and also royal. So, I don't know.
I think we need to see other people.
What? And he motions towards Slurby wearing the lament armor. Is it this guy? I'm way cooler than this guy. Come on.
It's, by the way, it's at that point that the sword unpool noodles itself as the armor pulls off of Slurby and reforges back into Soldier's Lament in his regular form.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's actually that guy.
Oh, man.
In your shonen animated voice. That was horrifying.
Percival steps forward and he goes, I knew there's good in you still, Soldier's Lament. We will find the light together, brother. And he puts his arm out towards you.
Cut it off.
I was gonna say predator handshake, but yeah, okay.
Two different directions. That's all.
He looks out at the hand, looks back up, and just go do the wrist clasp.
Yeah.
Just, we'll see.
The two of you clasp wrists. You start getting pulled away back into your own respective worlds. Duchess Date, what do you do? I mean,
wait, call me.
And I think that is a perfect ending to this chapter tonight. We just broke Jhevaunte. He's off screen. Amazing. What an ending. You guys have been amazing. This has been Save Game, accelerated version. So this wasn't the full rules, but you can find the full rules by going online. You can get it written by Rob Weiland. It's a really fun, cool, super awesome game where, you play as video game characters trying to go against a strange computer virus called the Hacks, which is destroying the world, and super fun stuff. I don't think I have to tell everybody because you all just watched. These players have been amazing, an absolute powerhouse way to end out our stream for today. I want to thank you all for playing. I want to thank everybody who's been watching and hanging out with us all day. It's been a really great time. This has been a lot of fun. First time we've really done something this huge like this, so this has been great, and I absolutely have loved everything about it. Glass Jaws, thank you so much for the donations, making that final fight with the Yellow Wizard, who might have perhaps been inspired by one of my favorite characters from something, was so much fun. He got Kron in there. He had healing potions. He was just like, I'm going to play around a little bit. So it's pretty cool. Very, very cool. This was great. Let's take a moment real quick to go around, give everybody a chance to say who they are, what they do when they're not here playing these super fun characters, and then we will say goodbye, and we'll have some closing comments from me and Miko over on the channel. So let's start with right on the way they're on my screen. Let's start with Ed. Ed, tell us who you are, what you're doing out there when you're not here. Please.
All right, my name is Ed. I really enjoy playing tabletop stuff, 5e, as well as more interesting and innovative stuff like what we've seen tonight. Sometimes I stream on Twitch TV as Neuromaster, but this evening I was playing Slurby the Hungry Slime with these fabulous people, and I had a great time.
Amazing. Thanks so much, man. This is great. It's my second time playing with you, and which so much fun. You're a great guy. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for bringing some cool life to it. Jhevaunte, everybody's favorite. We got the two, Dark Souls. I'm sorry, Ebon Souls on the top here with me. So Jhevaunte, tell us what you're up to, man, because you do a ton out there.
Yeah, howdy, y'all. I'm Jhevaunte, your resident TTRPG goblin. I have been in a little less things than I normally am, but you can normally find me over on Initiative Order. We're coming up to our mid-season finale of our Power Rangers Arcanines game, where I play as the Black Ranger Dior. That's coming up this Monday. And then on opposing Wednesdays, when we do Power Rangers, you can catch me on the other side of the game table, where I am DMing a Dante's Inferno 5e game, which is steadily rounding to its conclusion as we approach February, where I will be running an Apocalypse game, the unofficial sequel to Dante's Inferno. So the casting call for that. Other things that I do, I'm steadily getting a few other things up and running, including having my my own D&D 5e module called Sun and Moon, A Tale of the Old Orisha, which is a D&D 5e game utilizing African myth, legends, and folklore, something near and dear to my heart.
Very cool. I love that.
I equally run a lot of stuff outside of streams that you can catch on a lot of my social media stuff, as well as an initiative order, including trying desperately to get a Marvel Multiverse TTRPG game up and running when I finally have the time to do so.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I think I said in the chat, this man games. It's true. Jhevaunte, thank you so much for taking some time to be here today, man. Always a pleasure. Let's cut on down to the bottom row. Let's go over to Tim. Tim playing Noshi, man. Great to sit with you again, man. How was your time tonight? Tell us what you're up to out there.
Oh, this was great.
Yeah, cool.
First time playing with all of you, and you're all amazing. And damn, this was like nerding out for however many hours we did this. I'm Tim. Played Noshi. You can find me on a couple different channels. This is my first time here. You can find me over on Lanata Eterna a few times. Coming up, I'm thinking I have recurring roles. I'm not sure. Well, not recurring roles. Guest roles, probably. Kevin's like in charge of that, so ask him. I'm also over on Rainbows and Razor Blades, playing on Friday nights. Cyberpunk Red. We're finishing up our final season, I think, so it's coming to an end.
Wow.
My Murder Hobo has been fun. That's where I'm at right now. Sometimes on Guild Superior too, just occasionally. So
beautiful, yeah. He games as well, everybody. Awesome. So cool. Thanks, man. This is always a blast sitting with you. So thank you for being back. Everyone's favorite Dodecamon trainer, Sid. Thanks for playing, man. Tell us what else you're up to, dude.
Dodecamon coach.
Yes.
Yeah. Before I get into that, I just want to say in the epilogue, you see Crash in a stadium, getting ready to engage in a combat, and then he throws out the fucking Bender Dragon and blows everyone's mind.
Yeah, one shots everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Amazing. I love that.
But yeah, so you can find me on social media at _Sundance Sid, or on Blue Sky at just Sundance Sid, or here on this channel. I'm always here, always playing a game. I truly do, and nothing long term going on at this point in the moment right here where I am. But always open to be invited to a table to, play wacky, crazy, outrageous characters like the one I'm playing today.
Absolutely. Sid, thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. It's always good to do this with you. And finally, let's wrap. Oh, I'm sorry, I talked over you, but thank you. Let's finally wrap it up with Kozy Bean. Hey. Tell us what you're up to. I mean, you do a lot as well. So what you got going on?
Hey, yeah. Were you saying hey? Like the He-Man? Yeah. Awesome. I'm so thrilled this is my second time with you guys. I just love it so much. You guys are awesome. This was a blast. You guys are awesome. Wanderers Haven is an amazing team. And I've, the last cast we did Shivers, and that VOD is still up. That one was a good one. And there might be a sequel in the works.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows?
That was a cool Halloween special. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited to be with Kev and Craver and Sid again. So, or Ed, sorry, and Sid again. So I was really pumped. But this was so much fun meeting Tim and Jhevaunte. So this was so fun. So you guys slapped. Like, it was so fun. So yeah. So it was really fun. And then I'm Kozy Bean on Twitch, twitch.tv/CozyBean. You guys can find me. I'm a full-time streamer there. And yeah, this is the third channel that I stream on. So yeah, and you can get in my Discord and I'll just tell you what I'm doing. Cause like, yeah, I do a ton of random stuff just like you all. So yeah, thanks for the fun, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all for the fun. This was amazing. I'm Kevin. I was your game master tonight. I can be found online at the socials at KevRan Games. I am part of the production team here on Wanderer's Haven. I want to, again, thank everybody here for playing. I want to thank everybody for watching. And, you know, the stream has about 20 more minutes, roughly 15, 13. I can count. 13 more minutes. Last minute donations for the kids would be great. They don't really affect any of the games, but they will affect our love. There is so much more to be had out there. I want to thank everybody very, very much. Thank you, Miko, for producing behind the scenes and putting up with all of our crazy hearts up and down antics. But this was a lot of fun. On that note, stick around for a quick little break, and then we're going to come and have some closing discussions. Miko and I just want to, kind of wrap everything up. But this has been Save Game. Thank you all so very much. Have an excellent night. And take care.